Hello, space adventurers! My name is JStation64, and welcome to my stream. We're on a bit of a delayed stream start today, as we have been out making some last-minute food. Today's just kind of gotten away from me. It's been bizarre. So into the action today. It is one of the last. It's the second to last stream, I think, of the year. So we're going to just tie up some loose ends so that next stream we can get ready and finally sort out our final steps for the new year. The new year, new JSTown. I'm going to lower the brightness down this little tiny bit. There we go, it's a bit better. A little bit less glare on the old face. Excellent stuff. So let us switch over to the game, which I should have started up. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic stuff. And switch over to the actual game itself. There we go, that should be coming through. Fantastic. Righty, so let's load up. So last time we finished a whole bunch of the... This is our... Almost to 50 hours now. It's been, well, I don't know, 7-8 months, and we've almost done 50 hours of gameplay. This is what happens when you pay 3 hours a week. It seems like your sound alerts browser's offline. Let's fix that first, shall we? Sound alerts, sound alerts. Here we go. Give you a little refresh, please. There we go. And let's give it a wee test.
What are you buying?
There we go. We're back in. We're back in. Fantastic stuff. Let's switch back to the game. There we go. Yeah, so we finished off the end of the most of the housing stuff. So we got all of the upgrade, got all the unlocks that we're after. We're still on the planet Psyche. Oh yeah, and we got this as well, this little ship, which I've not decided a name for yet. We need to come up with a name for it, so we'll keep an eye out if anybody's got any ideas in chat. For any ideas for this little beast. I think like the pea pod or something. I don't know if you can change the colour of it, that'd be quite nice. But one of the things we did have left over to do was to pick up some combat music on the go. I know we were in a fight at the end of the last stream, but I feel like that fight's over now. We needed to harvest some stuff. Was it one of you? Let's find out what the log says, shall we? So we have got agricultural research. Here we go. Grow echinocactus. Yes, so we needed to go find some echinocactus first, I think, if that remember correctly. So echinocactus is this one here. And we need cactus flesh. We need to go find some cactus flesh, which we can, before we leave, go to the catalog and find out where we find cacti. Cactuses. Cactuses. Let's not a trade commodity. It's not a construction part. Is it a construction part? No, it's not. Is it now? Crafted product, cooking product, maybe. No. Portal glyphs, curiosities. Where is the cactus? Let me find the cactus. Maybe if you go backwards on this, it might bring it to the foodstuffs. Ah, here we go. We got some kind of foodstuffs. I don't know if cactus is going to be on here though. No, done there. I feel like it's somewhere more specific than this. I feel like I've seen it before on a list. You may be able to hear, I do apologise if I'm a bit rough. I do still have a bit of a cold going, a bit of a sore throat, so I do have to cough every now and then. I do have to cough every now and then, so please be aware of that. Apologies if it's... here we go. Echinocactus. We need cactus flesh. Where does one find cactus flesh? Let us find out. It doesn't tell me on here either, so maybe... I don't think it's a raw material, is it? Cactus... Oh, it is! There we go. Desert planets. There, that's what we're after. So we're going to put that as our target. We'll go and try and find a desert planet for some echinocactus. We need 50... Let's double check. We need 50 echinocactus to grow the actual doodle, I think. Let me double check. 50 cactus and 25 pirate. How many pirates are we... Did I get this weird... Oh, I got given this, didn't I? I forgot about this. A weird B-class gun that I'm not really bothered about. That's not what we were there for. We were looking for... Oh man, look at this. Completely full. I need to sell some of this stuff. We're looking for... Echinocactus, we're looking to get that. You know what I'm going to do really quickly if I can do? Oh, I was checking to see how much pyrite I had, wasn't it? That's what I was looking for. Pyrites of the Caribbean. Let's have a look. Pyrite. I've got 153, so I've got enough for 6. Once I've planted it, how much do I need to have? Does it tell me? No. So we're going to hope that 6 is enough. Or we'll find some pirate while we're out there. I might go and build some more storage whilst I'm here, because I feel like the storage is incredibly useful. And I've not really done much with it. So we're going to build a little tunnel, if we can, do under here. See if that works. Do I have enough stuff to build one of these? What do you need? What do you need? Yeah, I've got loads of stuff to build these. Cool. We've only built these 2. We've got like another 9 we can build. Maybe we should build them up by the storage facility up here. By these big blocky rooms, because I think it works quite well with these. Maybe you can do a row of them like here alongside this wall. Let's go inside and see if we can find out if that would work. So one of the things, one of the new big goals I'm going to be doing, if that wouldn't work there, but it would work here, for example, is I'm going to be looking at starting up a new base when it comes to the boosh. There we go. Build one here. Why can't I build one here? What is the problem? What is the problem? Build one here. What's the restrict? Oh, limited to 1. Oh, doi. I'll build number 3, please. There we go. And then I'd like to build number 4, please. And we'll get some storage on the go. Fantastic stuff. This should be wired in, I think. Yeah, they are wired in. Excellent stuff. Do I need to build a wall there? No, it's reconstructed a wall. Excellent stuff. What does that look like from the outside? Does it look super weird? It might do. We'll check that out in a minute. But we're going to dump some stuff in here because we don't need all this stuff. We've got loads of it. So polyfiber, you can get stored. Vikine daggers, we don't need those anymore, I don't think. I think we're all done with our Vikino friend. Gravity balls can go. These 3 need to be sold. Crumpled historical documents, that can go. Oh, these are runes from a ship, so they can get sold. That's excellent stuff. Meaty chunks can get stored. I don't need those. What's this for? Thermal protection. I'm not going to use that. Yeah, I still think I have enough space for it at the moment. Fungal mold, the plants can get stored. I don't need those anymore. Same with the gamma root. It's not clearing up that much space, is it? It's cleared up a bit of space, but not a huge amount of space. Let's see what's in the old cargo storage at the same time. Right, yeah, so you can go to... What's quick transfer again? You can quick transfer to somewhere, I think. Y, there we go. To the suit. Microprocessors are useful to have. Magno-Gold can get stored. Runaway Mold can get stored. 2 lots of these data can get stored, because, you know, we've got tons of that stuff. Cannon module can get sold, so that needs to go to the exosuit as well, as does this one. And these can do with being stored as well, and the Walker Brain. We don't need any of these things. Oh yeah, we fought a Walker last week, didn't we? Oh man, that was some hectic combat business going on. I've forgotten all about that. Righty, so add some more Gravitino balls, please. Take the Magno-Gold. You can take the various amounts of data, which I realize have taken up quite a lot of slots. There we go. You can take the... What else did I put in here to be stored at? That stuff. I think that was it for the storage from those. Tritium should be in my ship. It shouldn't be in my... upon my person. No, just put it with that. What are you doing? And then the storm crystals can come with me as well. They can get stored. We don't need those particularly at the moment. As can the glass as well. We don't really need the glass on us by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, we need to take 2 spaces. Okay. Oh yeah, and the Walker Brain that can go into storage because we don't need that. So let's finally sort out some more storage. So we've got Walker Brain, we've got glass, we've got storm crystals. Anything else on there? These I feel like I need, so I'm keeping hold of those. I don't know why I feel like I need them, but I kind of do. Nope, I wanted that back, please. I was trying to move it. I forgot that I was on this menu. I think that's everything that I was looking to shift. Everything else is sellable. Everything else is sellable or frequently usable. So we'll keep hold of the rest of it, I think. Yes, excellent. Right, so we'll move these over to here. Didn't mean to do that. Meant to do that. There we go. You can also go there. There we go. And we'll sell these modules. That'll clear up a big old bunch of space. These things are getting sold. So that will clear up a bunch of space. And we'll have 2 entire rows of free storage, as well as all of this storage here. So we're going to be in a pretty good position to go exploring with our exciting explorations through space. I don't know why oxygen in there, but that's fine. There we go. And then back there. So we're doing some super exciting storage, all sorted. Excellent, right. Might not look pretty, but it's working. Let's see what it actually looks like now that I've done these changes. I might have to build a wall to kind of... yeah, I'm going to have to bridge that gap with a wall because it's going to blow my mind, in other words. Hey, Shadowpaw, how's it going? How are you doing? Thank you for swinging by. How goes things in the world of Shadowpaw? I need walls. I need walls. And not the chocolate kind. There we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you fit in there. There we go. And then I'm going to build some... Did I buy the struts? I think I bought support struts. Is it these? Do you live here? Is this where you go? Yeah, there we go. Completely superfluous, but it makes me feel slightly better about the appearance. So, there we go. They do nothing. But it looks slightly better like that. We've got some actual storage on the go now. Excellent stuff. On your way to work. Oh, man. This is... I don't know if I told you. I did find an exotic. The first exotic I ever found. Is this wee little peapod thing. I don't know if maybe you were here when I found it, in fact, actually. It's a very strange little doodle. But it's one of my friends. It's one of my my recent purchases. It was only $5,000, which is ridiculous. No, 5 million, sorry. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, we're having a bit of a hectic day today. Having a bit of a frazzled day, so I wasn't sure if I was going to stream. So I streamed a bit. I streamed quite a lot later instead. Was the compromise. So I'm glad that you had a chance to swing by. It's really nice. Briefly saw it last week. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. I'm thinking Starbug maybe. You called it a beetle there, making me think maybe Starbug, but it's orange. Starbug is green. I do like the name Starbug though. That's quite cool. I wonder if I can repaint it. I don't think you can repaint ships, can you? I don't think so. Which is a shame. That would be a really cool thing to do. We've got the big exocraft tank thing over there. We've got our jeep. So we're off to go and find cactus flesh. The flesh of cacti. And we'll take the hopper. When you were looking for pigs, I was looking for pigs in a blanket, well remembered. See, I didn't even remember that. What today's stream is over there, you may see, is New Jaystown, which is the civilization, settlement, sorry, DLC. Oh, my fleet's back. Let's go and do some, let's go and send them on some more missions, since they're back and returned. Including the beautiful, where's it gone? I just flew past it. Where have you gone, beautiful ship? Starbug is a good name. I might go with Starbug. Where did you go? I'm sure I saw the... there it is, blinking into existence. The beautiful Normandy. A recent addition to the fleet. Yes, so... I'm definitely going to call it Starbug now, actually. Yeah, I'm sold on that. Send them out on those little missions, see how they get going. How are you doing Christmas-wise, Shadowball? Hey, Meals! How's it going? Thank you for swinging by. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. Are you all feeling Christmas? Oh, look at that thing! Oh, I like the look of that. I like the look of that a lot. I like these, like, angled engines. I think they're very, very cool. You, sir, how much... I mean, I don't have... I've just bought a ship, I don't need another one. Hello, friend. I know all the words. This is my time. Time is precious. A trader is clearly excited by my approach. They peck at the list of cargo carried in their hold. I don't want your hold, buddy. I want the whole thing. How much do you want for your ship? Oh, it's going to be... Oh, it's an A-class as well. It's going to be so expensive. Oh, 47 million. I need to get some cash in the bank, because I would have bought the heck out of this ship. Boo. Boo. Tomorrow we're cooking lots of Christmas lunch goodies. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Oh, today we're cooking lots of lunch goodies for tomorrow. That sounds really good. What kind of things have we got on the menu? We're having a unboxing day. We're going around to my family, and we're having a Christmas dinner rather than a Christmas, like, tea, like evening meal. We're having a lunch, Christmas lunch, because one of my nephews has to leave early. So we're having lots of little bits of like finger food to have throughout the day. So I'm quite excited to see to hear what everyone else is having that we can maybe steal the ideas from. Haven't started shopping yet. No, Shadowpaw. What? What? Oh, I need to accept the fleet back. Welcome back, fleet friends. How did you guys do? Let's find out. Fleet command online. Connecting to the SSV Normandy 1. That's pretty cool. Is it Shepard? Is it the person speaking to me? Oh no, no one's speaking to me. Boo. 7 Aronium. That's pretty decent. 211 units. Less good. Much less good. It's usually quadruple figures at least for those things. 15 Salt. This is a 1-star mission, I guess, so I suppose, what can you expect? 10 Granite. This is a weird collection of things you guys have found. And that was it. Well, the SS Normandy. Oh, Bromide Salt's worth a lot of money. Oh, so is Granite. Oh, okay. I'm being real sassy about this, and they've actually gotten some good stuff. Yeah, that's 250,000. That's another 250,000. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being too sassy to these guys. I'm at work all day, so I told everyone they're getting the Prezzies on Boxing Day. Or are they getting a delicious burger brought fresh from work? That's how you do it. Potato cake, caramel tarts, brownies. Tomorrow I'll be making a big cheese platter. Oh, that sounds so good. It sounds so good. We're going to take all this stuff and we're going to go sell it and earn enough money to buy £47 million things that we want. I don't know why I keep going the long way around. It's right there. Let's get some Aronium. Aroniums. Oh no, it takes oh man, it's a lot of slots for cash. Well, they're getting a coffee machine for Crizzy, espresso. Whoop whoop whoop. Espresso martinis, man. That is the way to go. I don't know how we lived before we had an espresso machine. Well, I do. We lived at Costa coffee, constantly getting Costa coffees. We've got two whole other missions to report in. Wow. Okay. So maybe this is worth the money. Maybe this is worth investing in. Let's have a look. Oh, espresso martinis is so good. There's a place called Alchemist in here. I don't know if it's an international chain or if it's just a UK chain, where they do all kinds of crazy drinks, and their espresso martinis are off the chain. Commander Mitt of the Sword of Providence. You travelled 980 light years. Tell me, what did you find? There you go. 6 figures. That's what we're after for units found. Thank you very much. Docked at a Gek operated space station and got 3 cryo pumps. I guess that's a good deal. My family really shouldn't be fueling my coffee addiction, but here we are. It's all about the coffee addiction. You got to keep it going. I mean, it's getting towards 10 o'clock at night here, and I'm here with my double shot espresso latte, so, how you got to roll. But that being said, we are going shopping after this stream. We're going midnight shopping for some little tiny... We don't need much, we just need little bits. Just enough for us to need to go out. So we'll do some midnight shopping afterwards. There are worse addictions out there. Yes, exactly, Shadowpaw. Coffee's fine. Because you get headaches and terrible withdrawal symptoms for not having it. Doesn't make it any worse. Ice lattes are a go at the moment with our summer days. Yes, you guys are having your longest summer of the year. The longest day of the year, I think. Are you still in the longest day of the year? Was it that long, truly? Since, or it might have been yesterday, I don't know. The summer solstice. We had our winter solstice. And it blew my mind when Ghost of Sunny told me that, the Shadowpaw and Meals and all, they will be having their summer solstice. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's blowing my mind. I think I thought of it in my head of like a planetary thing rather than a rotational axis thing, which I think is what it actually is. That's my science, by the way. There we go. It's explained for you. Activated indium, lots of... Oh, look at all this cash. Man, where's Hexgrid Heroes? I want to throw it in his face that I'm also getting money out of my fleet now. He keeps telling me how much his fleet's making. It's genuinely making me jealous of his fleets. 12 days of constant sunlight. Wow, really? Constant sunlight? Yeah, you are in very much need of the ice latte. What I would recommend, although you know what, I'm guessing this is me making some more Australian guesses. You guys probably have this sorted, but quality ice cube trays is a it's one of the first like proper middle class things that I think I did was when I was like I need my ice lattes to be good. I'm going to invest in quality ice cube trays. These Mama Jammers set me back like £2 per tray, and they have lasted me the whole run. It was enough for me to it warmed my heart. These are all taking crazy amount of times. Oh, a combat patrol, sweet. We can send out the Normandy on its own. The Normandy's a badass combat ship. Look at that, 30, boom. Go kill some folks, Normandy. Go kill some folks. What is the actual mission? Why are we sending people out to go and... Did I even look what the mission was? Ladis's greatest triumph. Does it tell me? Just sending them out to go kill people with no context. Off they go. I've got 3 ice trays going at the moment. Lots of drinks to be made over the next... Yes, gotta get the full cycle going of ice cube trays to fit everything. I don't have enough fuel. Good lord, man. He's shrugging at me, quite rightly. I want some fuel, please. Can I make it? What do I need to make it? Tritium. Do I have to go outside? Do I have to go outside and go tritium hunting? Trinium? Oh, I've got enough of this. I'm giving him 1. That's fine. I do need to bank some more of that stuff though, because I do need it. Right, combat patrol. Out you go. 5 hours. Some of these missions, like playing it 3-hour stretches on stream, these missions are not compatible with that. There's no way that I can do that. Off you go, Normandy. So we've got 3 left on a trade mission. So I might send 2 of them off on each, or how many ships have I got left? I've got 2 ships that are good at trade, so I can send the Providence on its own on 1. So that should be 2 stars on a 2 stars trip. Requires 200. Oh no, I'm not saying anyone anyway. Apparently, let's go get some tritium, whatever it's called. I have okay ice trays, but when you're used to your work having a huge ice machine that never runs out. Oh, I used to work in a cinema. I used to love the ice machine. Apart from the days where you had to clean the ice machine, which meant defrosting and clearing out the entire machine. Hey, I'll control Scream. How's it going? Cool. So I've set up some new. I don't know what meals. You're not on one of the lists actually. I need to add you to the list. But I think it might be just for streamers. Shadowboy, did you get a shout out? Yes, friend of the channel shout out. So I've got, if for some reason I decided to make several tiers of shout outs for people who are different, who I know from different places. So Shadowpaw, Alt Control Scream, you guys are on the friend of the channel list as streamers. How are you doing, Alt Control Scream? I hope you're having a good day today. We are just chilling out in some No Man's Sky, and we need to go find some asteroids to blow up. Ah, no, some. Nope, that's a fleet. Maybe not do that. Ah, here we go. Right, let's get some tritium. I don't know if this ship's going to be very good at harvest. Oh, it's not doing bad. It's not doing bad. I was going to say, the storage actually is probably fine, isn't it? Because it's all stacked. Maybe I should have brought the fighter out. Streaming may be in the pipeline one day. Yes, we need to see some meal streams. We need to see a meal stream of streams. Does that work? No, it doesn't really work. I enjoyed playing some action games the other day. On I think it was last Monday, we played Tiny Tina's Dungeons. No, Badasses and it was the Borderlands Tiny Tina thing. Ooh la la! I'm fine. Booted up my PC for some streaming today, but didn't feel like it actually. You know what? I didn't really feel like streaming today. I wasn't really in the mood, and I started streaming, and I was like, actually, you know what? I'm quite enjoying this. I've had a bit of one of those weird days where the days just kind of flitted away, and it's frustrated me quite a bit. But I'm glad I started streaming actually, because people are here and it's nice to chat to people, and I'm enjoying just milling out, mining some asteroid fields, so it's quite chill. Heading up to Bruges tomorrow with the Christmas with family. Oh, very very nice. Going to be in Bruges. I think Bruges is one of the only European cities I've been to several times. I've been to Bruges with Alt Control Scream. It was very, very good. And it's really, really beautiful. I'd recommend... oh, sorry, didn't mean to shoot you, didn't mean to shoot you. No! Oh! I'll run away. Don't fight me. Don't fight me, bro. Can I evade you? I'm not evading these asteroids. I know the feeling. Feeling meh. It's 100%. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's you know, like because of the season, because of Christmas is coming up and everything else like that. I don't know, but yeah, it just felt completely like unmotivated. So I did that thing where I'm gonna make myself do this. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna delay the stream by a good solid half an hour so I can have some food before I do. And the food helped a lot, to be fair. I did feel a lot better after the food. Maybe I was just hungry. But yeah, I'm glad I got out to stream and got to chat to people. It's really, really nice. So super glad everyone was here. I should set my game to play. Yeah, that's a new stream genre. Playing at Shadow's house. Are these guys still chasing me? All I want is Trinium, man. Like what? I accidentally grazed you with my laser. Like you don't have to get all uppity about it. It's the GTA police thing where like I have no option other than to fight them or flee. I can kill them for their transgressions, or I can run away from them. There's no like negotiation of sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Have some credits. What is this zooming little ship? This is you know what, I'm gonna name it right now. Actually, if I can do, if it'll let me whilst I'm in combat. It might not do because I'm actually in combat now. Great, no, I'm gonna get killed if I do that. This is a little Starbug. It's an exotic ship that I very, very recently found. Can I warp away? Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Yeah, it's an exotic ship that I found. My first ever exotic craft. It's a little nippy thing. I'm a big fan of it. Can I look at the front whilst I'm flying? I can do this though, can't I? There we go. There it is. Weird little pod. So I'm gonna call it. Do that way. There we go. I'm going to call it Starbug, I think. As Shadowpaw suggested, it looked a bit buggy. So we're going to call it the Starbug. It's not the right colour, nor is it the right shape, but it is very much. It's better than Parallax Adventurer. That's a bit much, isn't it? Starbug. There we go. And when it lands, you can just about see in the thingy there, when it lands, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see, the engines turn so it lands, when it lands horizontally. They move anyway, which I think is really cool. All the exotic ships I think have moving parts, which I really, really enjoy. The ducky ones are my favourite, that have like the wings, the full wings that fall down. Who is Gerabel? It's not his ship anymore. I've changed the name. It's illegally mine now. That's how that works. That's how I got my car. I just renamed it and it was claimed it as my own. Righty. That means we should have enough tritium now, right? Tritium. Yeah, 1,200 right. Yeah, well, we're fine. Let's go back to the fleet. Let's go back to the fleet. Let's go back. Oh, there they are. There we go. The fleet's around here somewhere. We don't want to go to the ancient ruin. Don't park us in the ancient ruin. Take us to the ship. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh. Intro. And a raid. It's Retro Ted with a retro raid. Because I started late, it seems weirdly early for Retro Ted to be raiding. How's it going, Retro Ted? How is it going? Me buying a car. Yes, I'll name you Greg. You're mine now. Thank you, salesman. Good day. Me and Greg have places to be. What was the thing that was meant to have happened? It must have been a ship. Never mind. Outrun him. Hey, Krifu, how's it going? So Retroted and Krifu are innkeepers, and they are of the innkeeper level. Well, if it isn't Krifu Banal, a fellow innkeeper that stumbled in. If you've not already checked them out, go check them out. They're currently playing. Oh, have you completed Assassin's Creed Odyssey now, Krifu? Stay on target. How are the loose ends? Well, so far I've built some storage, dumped some stuff, and flown to my freighter. So that's as far as it's gone. How is Crusader? Did you complete some missions? Did we get some more Weasel time, Or is it Ferret? Was his name Weasel or Ferret? I do get those confused. He had a vibe of either, to be honest. Either or both. And what we're sending our little fleet on missions. The fleet came back and it made a few million credits. I was quite chuffed with it. Not a bad haul. I've been belittling my fleet, saying it's pretty useless, but it's actually done pretty good. Oh, even more tritium, I think. Is it? What's it breaking down into? It must be on my suit, because that's still empty. Have I got some in my suit? Ah, there we go. There's another 1,000 there. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Boosh. Weasel and he had a ferret. Oh, thanks for the alert, Creefu. No worries at all. I hope you are doing good. Thank you for swinging by. Thank you for all the raiders. Yeah, we're playing some No Man's Sky. We started very late, and we're tying up some loose ends before we go on to doing New Year, New Jaystown is the next target we're going to be doing in the game. He's been in quite a few films. Really? He does have. He does have a familiar face. It's easy enough saying that now, but he does have a bit of a familiar face. Let's build some fuel for the ship. Can I make the big fuels? What do we need for the big fuels? Dihydrogen. No, we can make the little fuels. That's fine. How much dihydrogen have I got? Got enough for 2. That's not that much fuel. You buy this stuff though? Do I have to craft it? If I could buy it, I would just throw money at it. Don't know if I can bother doing the constant. Oh, I send in my missions over here, don't I? There we go. But yeah, the fleet's been raking in the dosh, so I'm quite excited to report that to Hexgrid Heroes, who's been throwing his fleet in my face and their various successes. We're going on a trade mission for 3,000 for 21 hours. So these guys are going to be gone for a while. Sword of Providence. How much fuel do we need? 200. We don't have enough, I don't think. So maybe that's the price. The price, if we do a shorter one, then we need less fuel. Yes, there we go. We've cracked the not very complicated system that I failed to understand. Gotta head off to work now, so if I don't talk to you, have a great Christmas. Yeah, Shadowpaw, thank you so much for swinging by. If you've not followed Shadowpaw, they are a variety streamer. They're currently playing Resident Evil 8 Village, which is excellent. And they play lots of chilled out games, and there's a really great community over there, so give them a follow, go check them out. Our Australian friend, Shadowpaw31. Have a really good day at work today. It sucks working this close to Christmas, but I hope it goes by easy and take it a nice chill time. And yeah, have a great Christmas to you in UK. And Kiki, of course, as well. Let's go send out a voyage of discovery. How much have I got enough fuel to send someone here? Exploring? Okay, so you're good at exploring. That's good. We'll send you guys out. No worries, man. No worries. Take it easy. And 150 tons. Oh, yeah, we're not sending out anyone anywhere. So that's a new objective. We need to get some more fuel for the ship, I guess. That's something we need to do. Before we leave, we are going to take all of the stuff that they have earned us. I'm going to go sell it for cashola. There we go. What else have you got that I can sell? Sack venom, what's worth 500,000? We're taking that, mate. Don't you worry about it. We're going to rain some cash. I did find shortly RetroTed and Raiders & Co. A really, really cool ship came and parked in my hangar. It wasn't one of those. And I couldn't afford it because I didn't have enough cash. So now I am also quite dedicated to finally getting hold of some proper cash. But we'll take the Starbug out to the ship. And we will go and sell some beans in. Where is the... There it is. 3, 2, 1. Apparently the anomaly's there as well. I must have been hustling over on that side of space. How are we doing for supplies in the meantime? Hyperdrive's low. And apparently I don't have any warp fuel left. Oh, this thing hasn't got any... Oh, that's why this thing has got hardly any... Can I just straight up make some warp cells? Yeah, I've got enough stuff for that. Cool. Make another one? No, that's all I can make is one. because it is exotic and it's quite fun to get around in, but it's not the best ship. But I think I might use that for like locally puddling around the system. I might just upgrade all of the pulse engine stuff, like the local system stuff, rather than any of the warp stuff, and see how that works. Watch out! There we go. Someone shooting at me then? No, it must have been lasers. So, over the Christmas period, I am planning, or not, well, Christmas period is the next few days, but in the New Year period, I guess, the run up to the New Year, I'm planning to do a couple of extra streams. I want to do some more Populous, which is something I'm very, very excited about. And there's another one I want to do, which is a multiplayer game that I want to get see if people are excited to play with me. Try and get people up. So I've got it with me here, actually. It is this game here called, if anybody's thinking it, put it on the screen, You Be the Jury. There we go. And it is a series of criminal cases in which you're presented evidence, and then you have to guess at the end, you have to make your verdict. And depending on, and then you get revealed the answer towards the end. 9 million for these. Well, hey. Sorry, fully distracted by that there. Nice. That's what we're talking about. Was that really 9 million? Holy moly, it was. Wow. Okay. Let's sell all this stuff. You know what? I was saying the fleet isn't great. I can afford 9 more ships for that much money. Sell the Sack Venom. Get 20 extra % for selling it here as well. Boosh. Man, we have just made a lot of cash. I was talking about wanting to make cash. We've just made cash. A couple of quad servos. The bromide salt is minus 23%, so we're not selling that here. I will sell the iridesite, the uranium, gold nuggets. We're not going to sell the gold, because the gold is usually useful for building stuff. And then we'll look at what we've got on the ship. Anything on the ship? No, nothing on the ship. It's fine. There we go. Yeah, so I wanted to see if anybody is interested in maybe doing some You Be the Jury gaming, where I will present cases to you with evidence, and you guys will have to decide who or what is guilty at the time, and see how that goes. I think it'd be quite a fun thing to do. So I need to leave the system now, and I'm in the wrong craft for that, really. Maybe I'll collect my ship. Maybe we'll just go. You know what? We're going to recharge the hyperdrive. And we're just going to go. We're trying to find a desert planet, so let's have a look. Where can we find a desert planet? Where have we not been before, I guess, in the local vicinity? That'd be interesting to go to. We've not been here before. Can we get any information from it? If we expand. We know that the Gek is the main race there, and that is all we know. Let's go check it out. Warp over to Gek Town. I'd like to know what films he's been in as well, Retro Dead. I quite like the idea of keeping an eye out for this guy next time I watch a movie. He did seem similar-ish, but I might, you know. Oh, we're in combat. Straight into combat. Oh no, I'm in this ship. Oh, let's try and help. We'll send Starbug into combat. If Red Dwarf has taught me anything, it is Starbug is resilient when it needs to be. It's actually doing pretty good. It's doing better than most of the fighters I usually send out to these things. Okay. One left to go. Right. Oh, he's found me. This thing's got decent shield as well, just realised. These exotics, man. If I got a decent sized exotic, we'd be living the dream. I don't want to come and get 100 chromium metal off you, because it's not that important. You know what I might do, though, is, since it's got paid, I might go and see how much this frigate is worth. Because these are the big boy frigates. These are the S-class big boy frigates compared to my little disc one. Let's see how much he actually wants for these. We've earned some money. I know it's only we've earned that much money, but just be interesting to know what we're looking at price-wise. Is it 1 billion miles away? Is it 1 million miles away? Is it 2 miles away? Let's find out. Who needs stairs when you are Space Porky? Sporky, even. See, these guys don't have any briefing mission rooms. How are they going on the missions? Yo, bud, how much for you? Oh, you got like a little pirate hat as well. Much great profit. What have you got? Inspect the freighter. Ooh, it's a B class. It's worth 100 million. So if I was to trade it in, I'd need 93 million. So, ooh, look at that! Look at that! Look at all that 32 slots, double the slots pretty much. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. It was worth having a look. Oh, well, since I'm here, I will take the free chromium since I'm here. Chromatic metal, sorry, not chromium. Give us some cash instead. Thank you very much. It's so weird that it's chromatic metal and not units. Not anything. It's always chromatic metal. It's a weird reward to be given. 200 chromatic metal for saving these guys, but considering the first one you encounter gives you their ship, it's weird that that then translates to it's a pocket change. Exactly. Retro Ted, you must be rolling in it in your game. You must be living the high life as a Gek overlord. So we're looking for a planet that's going to have cactus flesh. So it's not going to be you. Will it be you? Fungal mold? No, I don't think so. Acidic moon? No, we're looking for a desert world. I'm guessing you're going to be... You look cold. Let's have a look. Terraforming catastrophe. So that's not the best, is it? Is there only 3 planets in this system? Let's have a little look. Oh no, there's quite a few. Oh, okay, we're just assuming there weren't that many planets. There we go. How are you? What do you look like, my friend? No, the planet, please. I'd like to know what the planet's doing. There we go. I don't care what the local asteroids are up to. Desert planet, cactus flesh. Boom. Nailed it. Here we go. About 20 million. Wow! That was a weird noise I made. I wasn't expecting an incoming message. Messenger of Atlas. Accept the message. You've learned the word for the. I need to do the Atlas storylines. I have got no idea what is going on in these. No, can we fly into the middle of it with our little perfectly orbed ship? No, it won't let us do that. We can get a cool photo there. No, that's too much. Let's get nice and close to the nice shiny starbug and get a cool picture of this anomaly. It's an Atlas-like anomaly. Very, very cool. There are a lot of anomalies in this. Oh, is that a scraping across the side? Let's see if we can get a picture of us glowing in the core of this being. Here we go. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Where did you get your exotic? It was, I don't think it was on a space station. I think it might have been on a platform, one of the planetary platforms. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. You can watch the VOD and find out, because I've pretty much flown it since I got it. So whenever you see me flying it, just rewind a bit. You'll eventually find where I got this thing. But I genuinely difficult to remember. Oh, All Control Screen was a subscription. Oh, thank you so much. 5 months subscription streak. What? That is mental business. Thank you so much. It's always super enjoyable having you chilling out in chat with us. How are you getting on with... All Control Scream has been streaming all kinds of games, actually, and recently has been looking after a series of dinosaurs in a potentially lucrative industrial choice. Playing some Dinosaur Island. Jurassic World 2. It's been very, very fun to watch. as the Rangers go and try and fix things. In the raptor pen, it always goes very well. From what I've seen, there's been no catastrophe so far, though. John Hammond would be... Well, he wouldn't be proud because he did much worse. He'd be jealous. So yeah, I've been enjoying watching some Alt Control Screams Dino Lands, The Adventures. Actually playing through... they were saying on stream, they're actually playing through the scenarios of a dinosaur theme park. What could go wrong? They're actually playing through the scenarios rather than the main story. And it's the scenario of the original... Jurassic Park, which is really, really cool. You've got Dr. Wu and you've got John Hammond, and they're all chatting to you as you're setting up this park, like long before the likes of Jeff Goldblum and whatnot turn up. So, oh, look at all these cactuses! Perfect, perfect. What is that thing? What is that thing? Is that animal, vegetable, mineral? Welcome to Luxingtou Yizhou. What are you, my friend? Scanning. Frogzani. So just some classic Frogzani. Fun fact. I can't remember where we were talking about it. It might have been in Shadowpaw stream, actually. But there have been dinosaur embryos discovered in China. Very, very... Wow, what is that? Oh, it's a butterfly. Look at that. Shall we befriend the butterfly? Have I got food on me? Quick, make some food. Food. Yes. No, I don't want an aero breathing unit. I want to befriend the... oh, food for you. Food for you. Yes. Yes. Space Porky away. Poor creature. Poor suffering creature. I believe I can fly. Look, I don't know how, but Space Porky looks so happy. Sporky looks so happy in this picture. I don't know how he's managed to express such glee at riding this creature. Other half has kind of stolen it from me, playing it non-stop. Well, what you could do is, which you know is complete... Oh, no, I wanted to ride you some more. Oh, never mind. A completely valid option in the game and the game lore, Alt Control Scream, is a bit of industrial sabotage. You know, sneak in, you maybe power down the odd fence. You know, maybe you'll suddenly find you had a lot more time to play these games. But yeah, that's very, very cool. I look forward to seeing some of that. These things have a very strange wobble when I've harvested them. It makes me slightly uncomfortable. Okay. A wobble. I think I needed about 150 of these, so the 500 or so I've claimed should be enough now. Abusing animals at J-Station Stave, just because the beloved horse that you named, Retro Ted, ended up under the rails of a train that suddenly brandishes me as an abuser of the animals. And just because Space Porky likes making these poor fragile insectiles carry Sporky's weight. Again, you know, these are fully acceptable options. Hello. What are you? I'm McWilliam. Is it Saturday morning? Sorry, is it Arthur Morgan Saturday morning? No, because Saturday morning is Christmas morning. What the hell? The hell? What? Did you just demand food from me and Space Porky gave it without me having any input? That was very strange. Sporky's just a friend to the animals. He's proving that his point without my control. It is I that is the monster to the animals. No, so I will not be doing any Red Dead Redemption. Submitted evidence to the RSPCA. They'll be getting... I need you to make a protest song. Stop J Station from abusing the animals. And that is why I was not invited to do a... Is there a word for a three-way duet with Bono and U2? A truet? Is that a real word or I made it up? There we go. I don't know why I'm still collecting these Echino cactuses. I do not need this many, but they're here, so we're harvesting them. We are deforesting this part of the planet. Nice. That was quite straightforward. And do we want to keep a butterfly? I kind of want to ride another one. Should we go ride another one? So I quite enjoyed that, and it made Sporky look so happy. He looked over the moon. Here we go. Da, 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 da. It's the bug park. Oh wow, we can really go soaring over the edge. Look at that! Soaring beautifully through the wilds. What a weird planet this is. This is quite cool. There's a ship right there. I didn't realise. We get a little picture with us with the ship, maybe. There we go. That'll do. A threesome. Yeah. So that's why I was not invited to the threesome with U2 and Bono, which is. Oh, we are really quite high up at the moment. Can we get a picture of us miles high? No, that's just exposes how thin and fragile the wings are. Wow, we're really out there at the moment. Look at that. It's like Red Dead Redemption, but with it's like he's got his junk out. What a beautiful, serene image that is. Right, let's go and have a look at this close-up. Oh, Retro Ted has requested. Bear with me a moment. Doesn't look great, does it? Doesn't look great. We'll get another shot that includes. I mean, the reality of it being that creature's head is also not great. In terms of it's just he's being like throat strangled by Sporky. Like is it what's her name? Xena Onatop from GoldenEye. Some of my can we go up? That's him trying to make it go faster. He's kind of like, can we go up, please? Are you gonna crash into this rock? Or are you gonna go up? There we go. Very, very slowly ascending. I don't know if this looks better or worse than it did before. There we go. Freedom. Yeah, so if Retro Ted, Alt Control Scream, or anyone else who's interested fancies testing their legal briefs, I would be interested in running You Be the Jury at some point for everybody. I don't know if anybody's already played it before. I don't know if it's an old hand down in my family that we used to play a lot when I was younger, and recently found it, and I was very excited. I thought, oh, that'd be quite a fun thing to play with people. So, if anybody fancies it, let's scan the meatball. And then we'll leave this world behind. What a wretched form of life. And we'll scan you as well. Although you look quite aggressive. Are you aggressive? Oh no, it's a sentinel over there. It's aggressive. Okay, that's fine. Well, we shall leave Butterfly Planet behind. The jiggling is making it worse. You get a picture of us flying with ships going by? Nah, this doesn't look good at all. It was worth a shot. We might rename this planet, actually. We might call this so we remember it. Jiggling Butterflies. Or maybe Jiggleflies. Jigglefly Planet. Or, I don't get to do very often, which I quite enjoy. Planet of the Jigglefly. There we go. Wait, am I naming this? No, I'm naming the creature. I'm naming the creature. Cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. There we go. Go back to the planet, please. There we go. I almost named that creature, that poor unfortunate creature, was to be known to the universe as Planet of the Jigglefly. Planet of the Jigglefly. Used to watch Columbo. That will help me win. Right at the end of the stream, like before we raid out, it'd be like, just one thing. Mr. Venus. Okie dokie. So it's going to be Bovin. Penis? There we go. Oh no! Rejected by the propriety filter. Oh, okie dokie. That's the planet. I don't know whether the creature's going to be the same. Let's find out. So we'll call this planet the Jigglefly, so at least we know. Jigglefly. That's accepted. Apparently, that's all above board. Let's try these guys. Oh, they're very pretty in the image, actually. Discovered soaring over the grit and dust of the planet of the Jigglefly. Near the bottom of the food chain, their world is one of constant threat and terror. There's very little existence that might not kill them. They supplement their tuber-based diet with brightly coloured flowers. The complex dye compounds providing a valuable micronutrient boost. Strongly radioactive. Maybe should not have put that between the old legs. So, now we're naming the creature. Let's see if that filter kicks in again. You might have to come up with an alternative. Let's have a look. Yep, does not like it. you are being heavily censored today, Retro Ted. The good folks of No Man's Sky look upon you with shame. Ooh, is there a storm coming? You see all the clouds gathering. That's cool. Not cool enough to stay though. Oh, you're a new type of creature. Let me scan you as well. Where'd you go? There you are. His big dopey face. Right. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm using the stupid... Oh, I'm not getting any cash for these. Because I'm using the stupid gun that it gave me. I want my gun, please. Where's my good one? I don't name these either. Man, I'm falling behind on my No Man's Sky naming business here. This thing should have a name. Look at it. It's badass. Right. Right, back to the Starbug. The camel one had the name mostly already. Where's the camel one? We'll see if we can add Mister in there. Oh yeah, there, there it is. Let's see if it'll let me actually use that name. I'll go Mister. Penaris. Can we get rid of the R maybe? Let's give that a try. It liked it. There we go. There we go. The camel has been named. Actually, speaking of naming, I'll control screen if you're still there. You redeemed a planetary name a little while ago, and you didn't name a planet, I don't think. It's so maneuverable, this ship. They are really nice how maneuverable it is. So yeah, if there's a planet you want to name, do let me know, and we'll get that thing named. If you have a particular type of planet that you want us to go find, we'll go and try and find one, and then name it. Because it's quite fun. That's what one of the No Man's Sky expeditions is. The second one that I really enjoyed, which was called Beachfront, I think. That some of the objectives were things like go and find this type of planet, go and find that type of planet, which I actually really enjoyed. I thought that was quite fun compared to the current one that's running now. So the third expedition is being rerun at the moment, and it's a bit of graft because you start on a planet with very little, and I don't know if anybody watched the expedition that I ran. I was on that planet for a long time before I could get off the ground, and it felt like a long time before I could get off the ground as well. Something green, Grinch. Oh, let's try and find a Grinchy planet. Do you want a green planet or do you want a frozen planet? Does the Grinch live in a frozen place? I don't actually know. He lives on top of a frozen mountain, doesn't he? But I think it's just winter, I guess. I'm not... I don't know how up I am on Grinch lore. I've not watched The Grinch this Christmas. Okay, I wouldn't mind watching that. And which Grinch film you watch? Ah. Because there's the cartoon, right? The original one. I only know of the well, I only know off the top of my head anyway of the a million ago now. A million ago for these. Oof. You cost me so much, sir. So much. I shake my head at you. I don't think we need any upgrades or anything at the moment. I think we're okay for that. We just needed this suit, basically. Oof. There's one from a few years ago. The Jim Carrey one, that's the one that I kind of know of, which is the heavily memed one. That is, in fact, a green planet over there, by the way. It's an acid moon. We can check that one out. There is a terraforming catastrophe. It's an absolute catastrophe of a planet. There's this ringed one, which is a sub-zero planet. Want me to check that one out? I think it's the desert world we just went to, I think. Yep, Planet of the Jigglefly. So yeah, let me know if you want me to go to the Oved Major, the Sub-Zero planet, or the Terraforming Catastrophe, or the Green World, which is around here somewhere. It's like a Poison World, something like that. Let's go for Green. Okie dokie. The one I couldn't find. Here we go. There it is. There are ancient bones on there as well. We can dig up some bones. See what we get on this acidic planet. I wonder if the filters are going to have an issue with Grinch. It's really close to that. It's a moon, I guess, so it kind of makes sense. Let's go some planet skimming. There we go. Don't know what those are. Quite interesting. I very rarely fly this close to the surface. See if we can get a cool photo of zipping by the surface. Is there a rock we can get a picture behind? Can we make it this far before we get to the border? Hey, there we go. Nice. Ah, that's not a very good photo though, is it? I was like, I want something in the foreground. No, never mind. Pull up. There we go. Wow, that's really cool. That's quite threatening at that size. There we go. Right. I don't know when I was streaming next. Maybe Tiny Tina. Maybe on Tiny Tina's on Monday. I don't know whether or not. Because I'm feeling all chill now. But about an hour ago. Wait, how long have I been streaming? It was before I was streaming anyway. I was feeling quite like. I feel like I could feel time slipping through my fingers. And I was like, should I not stream on Monday and actually just retake the time like Krifu did? I was like, is that like a wise choice? But that being said, I really enjoyed playing Tiny Tina's. It was really fun. So I will have a think about it. But if I do not join Tiny Tina's, I'll still definitely be up for joining you guys in chat and stuff. This thing is so maneuverable. It's ridiculous. Oh, look at that valley. Oh, we need to do a valley run. That looks very fun, right? I don't know if it's going to be this maneuverable. We're going to give it a try, right? This is how we lose the exotic ship. Right, here we go. Come on. Come on, you can get through there. You can get through there. Ah, it won't let me. Right, we'll just do the valley run then. Come on, here we go. Oh, this game is not built for this at all. Oh, God. At least we might get a photo out of it. Okay, yeah, so that's actually pretty cool. The weird beams aren't great, but that's fine. Get a little picture from the overhang here. There we go. Yeah, that's the kind of picture I was after for. Look at that. Boosh. Nice. But yeah, I did really enjoy... Oh, I completely screwed the rest of that up, never mind. I do want to see if I can get into that cave, though, because it's a real open run into that cave, so... Let's see if it'll let me fly into the cave. I'm going to go super slow. Oh, it totally will let us fly into a cave! Kind of. Oh, this might be a terrible idea. I did not know you could do this. It's so dusty. And there's the way out. Sweet. I was landing in case it was a... Oh, don't launch that high. What are you thinking? You know you're in a cave. There's the way out, right? Boost. Oh, does the red get caught on the photo? It kind of does. Never mind. Well, there we go. That might do it. Let's see if we can get us shooting out of a cave. There we go. Right, it's the last photo now. We've done too many photos. I get too distracted by photos. Let's crack on. Right, boosh. So, we were here to name the world. To do so, we need to land on it and step on our feet upon it. I was looking for anything interesting to land by. I guess these mushrooms are the most unusual thing we've come across so far, so let's check them out. I've enjoyed this planet a lot, though, doing the little Kessel Run style running about. That was very, very fun. Good suggestion, alt control screen. Can we see Jan a big space mouth? Exactly. This ain't no moonquake, kid. Wait, is that something over there? Oh, it's just some crash doodles. So we're going to name the planets. What are you thinking on control screen? Grinchtopia? Grinch Planet? Just the Grinch? What is Grinch? Or Grinch World? Like Westworld, but with Grinch. Grinch World. Any options from alt control screen for their claimed world? I don't know if I can rename it once I have named it as well, so gonna have to go for the first one, fingers crossed. And Grinchtopia, cool. Grinchtopia, there we go. Welcome to Grinchtopia. Home of the dinosaur bones. Did we see any dinosaur bones? There's a creature over there on Grinchtopia. What kind of creature is it? I can't even see it, but it's letting me scan it. Oh, it's a bug of some kind. Oh, it's these. They're right here. I thought it was something further away. Do we see any other creatures around? No? I wanted to name a creature Grinch, but never mind. Well, what are these things? Let's have a look. Fungal mold. Whee! Oh! Ooh, there we go. Happy bloody Christmas. Righty, let us leave this world and return to Planet Sonic. We're looking for our warp. So I said we're going to be doing... Oh, we're really close to this Atlas Path thing. I do want to do the Atlas Path, but we're going to get this ticked off first, I think. Atlas Path might be a New Year problem. Right, let's go. Yeah, so we're going to be wrapping up some loose ends, but we're just about to get one thing ticked off so far. We cleared our inventory, which is useful. I've not sold... That's what I meant to do. I meant to sell the excess... nanites and whatnot. Is that Planet Sonic? Yeah, it is. Seems quite far away. There we go. Yeah, Paradise Planet Sonic. Yeah, this is the first job we'll actually be ticking off. Is this one? So there it goes. I like that the planet is got a lot of water on it as well. Let's chat to this guy. Friend has units. Only one something sale. And I can buy one more sale and I can buy a new ship. What have you got, buddy? What can I buy for you to help you get this new ship? Oh, you have nothing I want. Can I sell you things? No, not really. Sorry, bud. It's going to be a little while longer for you. Never mind. Keep on trucking, though. I'm sure you'll get there. Yeah, I like that this Sonic has got a lot of water on it, because I do want to build an underwater settlement at some point. And try using things like that. Oh, are we out of juice? Oh, wow, yeah. You really are a much smaller ship, aren't you, than the Reflection of Death. The beautiful, wonderful Reflection of Death. I'm actually going to visit this ruin and get it off my radar, because it's been on just off my radar for a little while now, and it's a little bit annoying, so we're going to go and tick that off. Is that your Christmas vibes at the moment, All Control Scream? Happy bloody Christmas. You fit in quite well. I know a lot of people who are not feeling the Christmas vibes this year. I'm not really feeling the Christmas vibes this year that much. I'm usually fairly jolly and jovial as it is, but not feeling all that Christmassy. I wrapped my presents today, though. That was quite nice. I think the giving is always nice at Christmas. I enjoy the giving of the gifts. And helping other people sort gifts out and stuff like that. I always quite enjoy doing that. Righty, here we go. Large artifact crate. The only way is down, baby. I think one of the reasons I might have felt a bit... We watched 8-Bit Christmas today. I feel alright, it's just the same. Also wrapped some presents today, nice. And I have 2 full days of eating and small talk. Yay. That sounds really good, though. The eating sounds good. The small talk can be difficult. But the eating, you know, can't talk. I'm eating. But yeah, I'm looking forward to spending some time. We're going to be playing some games and stuff, which don't require GMing, which is quite nice. I think that's one of the, I want to say, one of the things that has made me feel a little bit like time has disappeared, even though I've had time off work. I feel like I've not had that much free time. Is that I agreed to do a Christmas special. I say agreed to. I wanted to do a Christmas special, Tales of the Loop, which I really enjoyed doing, but it took a lot of time. And then yesterday I did, for my homebrew game, a Christmas special, which I've been looking forward to doing for ages. But again, took a whole bunch of time to get sorted. We did a game called Die Bard, which was a D&D themed Die Hard adventure, which I very, very much enjoyed doing. That's the main crate, isn't it? We want the fragments. Let's follow the path back. 1980s Chicago, 10 yes, this is 8-Bit's Christmas, right? Yeah, it sounds amazing, and it is. I think I mentioned to you earlier on, I was very annoyed when I saw the trailer for it, because I saw it when I was doing research for the Tales of the Loop game, which was to be exploring a bunch of kids trying to get hold of the Nintendo Entertainment System as it released that year. It's the actual plot of what I was going to run, which I'm kind of glad that it came out. The trailer came out and changed my mind a little bit, because I think the players, I maybe a Retro Ted, Creepy Bernal, maybe not Krifu, Retro Ted and Chiron. I don't know how much of SNES played a part in their lives compared to like just PC gaming and stuff. So I was kind of like, I was glad to go with something that the arcade machine I think was a bit more appropriate. So that was quite fun to twist it into that. But yeah, I was annoyed when I saw the trailer for 8-Bit Christmas, because it was literally it was just the plot I was planning on using, coming out just as I was about to do it. It's like, oh, you just do the plot from thing, don't you? It's like, no, I'd already thought of it. But I couldn't be that annoyed, because it actually looked really good. It actually looked fantastic. So I'm glad to hear you got the recommendation, because I do actually really want to watch that. Let's head to Sonic Outpost. The latest and greatest. So I did actually do a bit of research before doing Tales of the Loop. Hey, Hexgrid Heroes, how's it going? This is Starbug. It's a little exotic one that I found. It was super cheap. It's only like 5 million. It's only a wee little thing, but I'm quite like poodling around in it. It's quite fun. How are you doing, Hexgrid? How are you doing today? Are you prepping? Are you actually? Is it Fortnite that you guys run? I don't actually know. Hexgrid Heroes, rocking the chat, is a fellow streamer who has been running some Starfinder adventures. And I can never remember that it's something. I keep wanting to call it something from the Vast, but it's not. Doing well, glad to hear. I really enjoy the stream they do. They do an adventure where you have to just prepping a Starfinder game fortnightly. That's good. Yeah, you know what? It's really nice doing fortnightly, because you can use the time the week Horizons Unknown, and it's Horizons of the Vast AP. Cool. I have one word in there. I got one word in there correct, which is vast. But yeah, it's absolutely excellent adventure that they're running. It's really, really fun, really good group of people, and really expertly GM'd by Hexgrid Heroes as they struggle to colonize a world and set up a base and do all that kind of stuff. You must not be on my auto shout-out list, which is a shame, so I will give you a manual shout-out. Hexgrid Heroes. So if you're not following Hexgrid Heroes, go check out their stream and follow them on every other Thursday. We usually raid out to them, so you might have already run into them. But yeah, they're running some fantastic adventures at the moment, so it's always very, very fun to see how the team are getting on in their attempts to secure their worlds, and Hexgrid Heroes attempts to belay them in any way possible. Righty, we finally have our goods to make some plants. There they are. They wanted us to make this one, a Kino Cactus. So, is that objective complete? Let's check the log and make sure we've got it selected. Told the crew to interrupt my blathering when you raid going forward. No, I know exactly what it's like. When you're I've only GM'd one thing on stream and that was stressful enough. But even as a player, like it's nice seeing people coming through, but everyone's in the zone. I think everyone understands that, you know, raiding a role player stream isn't something that you entirely, me anyway, I'm not expecting people to stop what they're doing and be like, oh hey, because I'm here to see you guys, because it's really, really fun. So yeah, don't worry about that at all. There we go. Agricultural research. Go and harvest an erecting. So I've harvested enough because I brought a bunch with me. Let's go see the farmer in my mishmash base before we build ourselves a fancy base. You'll be proud, Hexgrid Heroes. I went and collected the funds from my fleet, and I made £9 million, £9 million credits from a single run. They got a bunch of loot that was worth a lot of money. So I was well chuffed. So I'm investing that money back into the fleet. And I will have a fleet to rival yours one day. I will. I swear it. The Aquino cactus must have bloomed by now. Is it ready, friend? It is. Well, it's not, but I've got a bunch of others. There we go. I only have 2 plants left to show you. Oh, we're almost done. Your training is almost complete, friend. I am so proud. A star bramble. That's a very cool name. Medium-sized farmable plant that yields the occasional harvest of star bulbs. Suitable for hydroponic and indoor planting. Ensure lush climate before planting outdoors. So we need star bulbs now. Did you give me something else? You said 2 plants. Are you giving me both, or are you giving me this one? I want to share something with you. Something beautiful beyond compare. Star bulbs are grown from the rarest star brambles, found on lush worlds unspoilt by war or death. This is why I wanted to become a farmer, to tend such sublimity. Sublimity? That's a cool word. I like your base, so colourful. I made mine way too early and it's ugly as heck. Well, this is my kind of starter base. This is me learning to build base, essentially. Excellent, I must go and speak to the overseer. Apparently they are unhappy with my performance. Perhaps this crop will change their mind. Oh, don't go speak to the overseer, he's crazy. Oh, he better not do anything to the farmer guy. The farmer guy's quite chill. The overseer's nuts. Yeah, this is me learning how to build bases. We've got round rooms, we've got roundish square rooms, we've got square rooms. We've got a little power shelf up here. So I have on the map, I don't know if it'll let me show you if I go up here. On the horizon somewhere, there we go, is New Jaystown, which is a settlement that I founded ages and ages ago and just abandoned them because I wasn't ready to do it yet. So I'm sure they're fine. We'll find out how that goes in the new year. But I have a little base there, which is gonna be my proper base. I'm gonna try and build a decent looking base. But I do want it to be colourful. Colourful is one of the things that I was quite excited to see that you could do now, because I don't think anything like that was available when I first started playing, so it was quite exciting to see. So we're looking for star bulbs on a lush world. We are on a lush world, so we might be able to just go find some quite locally. Let's have a look on the map. I've been building an underworld one. That's like, oh, that's like an underground base. That sounds awesome. Or are you in a world where underwater gets autocorrected to underworld because of underwater? Yeah. You can tell the kind of chat people have when they're corrects underwater to underworld. It's a very telling a very telling part of their life. That's really cool. This planet has one of the reasons I settled it was it has seas, because it's another thing that I also want to do is do an underwater planet. But I'm like, I'm going to get my settlement started. I'm going to, I think that will be star plants over there. There's lights just over there. That's the base button. There we go. Let's go for a drive. So yes, I do want to build an underwater base. I've not touched anything to do with the underwater bases. I wasn't sure maybe if it was one of the mission types, because I do have this in my log, which is Dreams of the Deep, which I'm not sure is going to perhaps be some sort of underwater thing. So that's one of my next tasks to do, is go check that out. But I do feel like I need to start the settlement thing at least, because I know that it takes a long time to do anything on it. Oh, there's some sodium and some oxygen, but I'm okay for those for now. We're going to keep heading towards what I think were star bulbs on the horizon. Try not to destroy the entire planet's wildlife on the way. Ah, there they are. Some more of this stuff as well. Have I got a mining beam? No, it needs an advanced mining beam. I feel like I always feel like it's a waste to leave it, but I don't really need it. It's going to be a waste of time me standing there mining for no reason. Well, picking up for no reason, I guess. Get some airtime. Boosh. Right. Don't destroy these. We need them. There we go. Right. Star bulb. Yeah. Let's harvest some star brambles. And we'll go and give them to our farmer friend. What a nice surprise having it on a planet we're already on. I wonder what the last plant's going to be then, because I think it's we've done most of the buying. We've done an acid planet, we've done a cold planet, we've done a paradise planet, which we're on now. We've done quite a few. I'm not quite sure what the last plant's going to be. But when we do that, we will have done all of the base building foundations. We will completely have done everything and gotten everything for free that we were going to get from the base building, as far as I know. We can go and start our own new base. We can go build a base in the frigate maybe as well, which would be quite cool, which we've never done before. And give these kind of things a go. We can go on an adventure with the frigate and have like a little portable home base, which would be quite cool. But this has been the main objective for quite a while now, finishing off all of these tasks for the staff. They're my staff, but I have to do the jobs for them, which I don't quite get, but you know, it's one of those things, that's how it goes. I've hired them, and they've told me that I need to go do jobs. Right, before we go, let's learn another word, shall we? The word for ah! That's such a specific word to learn. Right, which way is the base? Which way is the base? Ah, there it is over there. Oh, sorry. Ooh. What fuel do you need? You need carbon. Yeah, it's fine. Go for it. We got carbon for days, son. Boost power. There we go. How's your year been on Twitch? When did you start? How's the growth been? I'm 106 followers. Yeah, I think I went past 100 followers without even realizing. So I should say thank you to everybody who's followed. It's been, yeah, it's really, really appreciated. Didn't when I first started, I did not expect to get anything like the number of followers, the subscribers. I met loads of new people, new friends that I was speaking to someone recently who doesn't really do the whole Twitch thing, doesn't do streaming, and they were asking about it, and they were like, well, you know, like, so who's in your people, friends and family? And there are some friends and family that are in chat, but there's loads of people that I've met that I've never met before. I've never met in person. Some people on the other side of the world, and yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic to make all these connections with really, really cool people. that I would never run into, and just chilling out and either watching them do adventures or just doing chill out streams and taking it easy. It's been really wonderful, and a much bigger experience than I thought, because I do tend to kind of like adopt projects quite a lot, and this kind of was one of the ones that had been on my radar for a little while. I was like, do some Twitch streaming, see how that goes, and yeah, I'm really enjoying how much I've gotten into it. I got into it to largely was to have scheduled time to play games that would be like booked into the diary. Like, okay, I'm playing games 3 hours a day on Thursdays and Saturday mornings, so that's, you know, that's that time done. So no matter what's going on, obviously streaming doesn't always come first, but it's, you know, it's a hard penciled in. It's like a big thick child's pencil rather than just, you know, a fine extendable pencil. Booking it in. But yeah, it's grown into like really looking forward to it, spending loads of time on other people's streams and just chilling out with the people that I've encountered, and it's been really wonderful. I think it's about 8 months now since I started streaming. I think it was May, so I don't know. I think it works out to about 8. I think we've got no power. Do we need some more bloody batteries? Is that what's going on? Let's build some batteries under here, shall we? Battery. Biofuel reactor, no. Battery, there we go. Yeah, we can afford to build some of these. So build a couple here, so when it gets power up again, it will be able to store the extra power to keep it working overnight. Because the more things I'm building, I'm guessing, the more it's using up the reserve over the evening. So it's getting less and less. It's not staying powered over the night. Yeah, bigger capacity battery would be really good. I know that you can do. You can draw energy from the ground. I think you can. I think there's something you can get that lets you like. I think I've got something that does oxygen. This is how little I know about base building. There's some atmosphere harvester. I think you can get like a power harvester as well, which you might already know, Xgreedos. You're probably a bit further ahead than me. But yeah, you can plug it into the ground and it will just give a constant supply of battery to your base, which is one of the very first things I'm going to do at the base over by New Jaystown. Is I'm going to find out how to do an unlimited power source and plug that in, because I do not want to be dealing with batteries anymore. My good base will have one of those, but I'm planning to eat in the same boat. Is good. Righty, let's hook these bad boys up. There we go. So I should have to only hook it to one of these panels to make it part of the network. As far as I know, I don't know how detailed the networking is on this, but we'll assume it's basic enough for that to be part of the network once it's attached. Can't quite see. We'll find out now since the sun's coming up. Are you beginning to gather energy? Let's find out. You're generating 24 PI, and you are not getting any yet. Right. Let's give it a minute or two. Oh, it was only 35 over as well. So close. Maybe we do need some more power cells for this base. We'll put them on the roof over here. We may as well. This is how easy it is to get distracted in this game. I came back to do something, and then here I am building power panels. Right, I need 4 metal plates. There we go. Gonna hit the Sacro League. Great time. Have a great rest of the stream. See you all. No worries. Thank you so much, Alt Control Scream. Thank you so much for swinging by. And thank you for helping me with my stream and being part of the as part of the community. It's been so good having you being part of it, and you've been very supportive. And I've really enjoyed your streams as well. It's been a really odd year. It's been really interesting, and yeah, I'm really glad that you've been a big part of it, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Probably speak to you before Christmas, I imagine. But if not, yeah, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic time. That's gone nowhere. How do we edit a part to this, right? There we go. Please remove this wire through a wire must go. There we go. Let me go back to building a wire. Pro designer moves, right. Build. And then you connect to you. I know we've got control screen. Have a great night. Say hi to Nameless so far for us and to Boris, and hope you have a nice chill out evening. And yeah, a good new year. Right, connect you to that, and that should be everyone hooked up, hopefully. Let's see if you are also part of the grid, if you guys are actually getting power. Yes, you're storing power, and you guys will be next in the row, I believe. Because I think I've hooked them up. Let's make sure I did actually hook them up and I didn't imagine it. Oh, got a game wibble. Let me just quickly switch across to make sure that everything is still running smoothly-ish. There we go. Where has the thing gone? There we go. Let's switch over to this real quick. Yep, cool. It's all still working. Fantastic stuff, right? I'm going to make sure. Back into the game. There we go. We're looking for electrical wiring. That's what we're doing before our little glitch. Yep, it's all wired together. Excellent stuff, right? When this is full, I'm guessing this one will start. I think that's how it works. Yeah, we'll hope that's how it works. We'll leave it to it. Let's go and hand in our plants, shall we? To our good. Oh, we have to go plant them first, right? So we go upstairs to the plants and plant them in. Here we go. It's a raid! Da, da, da. Hey, Kyron Russmore, how's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. How are the Pillars of Eternity? Do they go on for eternity? Are the pillars working for you? Are they helping? Are they working against you? I hope not. Right. You're still storing power, okay. What's the capacity of these things? It's 12 minutes till it's charged. Okay. So it's 20%. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Let me just double check to make sure that I'm not purely ignoring. Yes, I am completely ignoring Karen Russmore because my chat isn't updating. Let's switch this over to here. There we go. 1 second. Sorry about that. My Streamlabs chat isn't updating. My apologies. Yes, Karen Russmore is one of the innkeepers over at the Stumbled Inn. As one of the proud innkeepers there. Thank you so much for the raid. I don't actually have any idea what the pillars are, if they've been around for eternity, or what's going on. Is that what's going on in general in the game, or what's going on with the pillars, or is it literally at the moment like no idea what's going on? Because these RPGs can be quite puzzling in terms of the plot sometimes. When you get given an objective to go do something, and it's like, something like that. I don't know. It was hard trying to. I ran a stream of. Oh, hey Saber as well, and thanks Wicked. I do apologise. I just realised that my chat hadn't updated, so I didn't say hello to all the raiders from Kyron's raid. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we're wrapping up the last bits of base building in No Man's Sky before getting ready for the new year. We're going to do New Year, New Jaystown for the new year. We're going to set up a new base and actually look after the people that we've kind of adopted and just left to their own devices over there, 15 hours away on foot. But for now, we're still in our makeshift kind of multi-layered training base, finishing off some objectives. Here we go. So no stream next week. Next week is New Year's Eve? Is that right? Next year, what is next week? What date would it be next Wednesday? I haven't got a calendar on me. I've got my phone. My phone is a calendar, right? Let's have a quick look. Oh, there's flying beetle in the distance. I have one of those as a pet. It's quite funny. Yeah, I was riding a butterfly earlier today, and it did not look happy about it, but it was quite fun. It was quite a beautiful thing. The 30th. Yeah, no, I'll still be streaming on the 30th, but it's close enough to the new year for New Year to be for that to count. Or maybe I'll go on a random adventure somewhere and fill up that stream with a random adventure and then start the new year. But I thought it'd be quite a fun one to do, get these last bits done up. The new Jaystown, as opposed to old slumhole Jaystown, where all the social dissidents are sent to wallow. There was, in fact, Saber, a new. There was an original Jaystown that I started working with, and then I read that you can only have one settlement that you're looking after ever. So I just abandoned them. I just left them and came and found a settlement here on Sonic Planet instead. Because I was like, oh, you know what, you guys will be fine. I'll leave you. It's no worries. So they all got abandoned in the original Jaystown, and this is why we have settled New Jaystown, which have been abandoned ahead of time because I've not gone to see them yet. I adopted them some time ago. I became their leader, and then just said, oh yeah, I'll be back later, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So that was that. So we probably need to check in on them, see how they're doing. Trade envoy their star brambles have bloomed. Yes, pass them over for examination. There we go. Then only one task remains. Oh god. Mordite root. Oh, I've got Mordite. An inedible tuber that produces a small yield of Mordite crystals. A peaceful alternative to the process of harvesting Mordite from the corpses of creatures. Mordite root must be grown in a hydroponics tray. Approximate growth time, 8 hours. I'm worried why you want me to grow this, my friend. I stand by my snarky comment. They're lawless or dead or in an open... Yeah, they probably are in open revolution to Sporky at the moment. I'm probably... criminal number one. I ran their settlement to the ground, and then abandoned them, taking a bit of profit. I think, well, they're going to get some loot from them. I cannot pretend to be a farmer anymore. Oh no, he's not really a farmer. The overseer has made it clear. I must be as the others of my species are. I must trade, sell, accumulate. Oh, poor trade envoy. But I will make a final meal before I leave, traveller. The overseer has requested it. A dish made of Mordite root. The death element. Go, grow this final crop. Trade envoy wishes me to use hydroponics tray to grow Mordite roots. Yeah, I'll do that, buddy. The overseer's asked for one last meal with me before I go. I must ready myself. Good luck, friend. Is the overseer Hannibal? Is he going to eat the trade envoy? Oh, the overseer freaks me out, man. He's not cool. It's time coming like a Jay's time. All the settlers are seemingly dead now. I don't actually know the second line to that. I only know the main line. That song. Openly burning effigies of Porky in the streets. Yes, on a distant planet, they are openly in rebellion against the might, the powerful might of Sporky and his tiny, tiny empire. Right, I don't need you. You can get stored. You can get stored. You can get stored. 3,500 cactus flesh. Why did I take that many? I did not need that many. It's harvested that planet to its core for no reason. We are looking for our old school storage containers, which I think are down here somewhere. Come on. Come on. There we go. These are the old ones. Did I store some Mordite in here? I'm sure I've got Mordite somewhere. Yes. 7,000 of it. So that should do us the trick. Where's the door? It's certainly not down there. There we go. Righty. Come on, Sporky. Let's get this sorted. Although maybe they'd be looking for Space Porky rather than Sporky because he's changed his name. Maybe they maybe they wouldn't know. Oh, these are big plants. Okay, there you go. So do I have to farm it or can I go to him with your farmer awaits at the table? Yeah, cool. I don't even have to worry about waiting to harvest it. I can just go and see him. Right. Time for your final meal then, I guess. Trade invite him. All dissidents must be sent to old Jaystown Gulag. None will escape. You grew it, didn't you? The Mordite root is done. Well, it's planted. This is just Mordite that I had earlier. Let me see it. You have mastered so much of the botanical art, my friend. To see that others understand its virtues, well, it gives me hope. It's a pity you can digest so little of your own produce. But creating life is its own reward, is it not? I didn't expect that. The farmer has no more tasks for me. They will tell me when their contract is at an end, and they will be returning to Gek territory. We're in Gek territory, mate. As they discuss their leaving plans, they watch the ceiling carefully. It is unclear what they're looking at. Suddenly, Traden Voyerb grabs me, telling me not to trust the Overseer, that their fellow Gek may not even be a Gek at all. They seem to suggest their food was somehow drugged. This can't be true. I've shared meals with the Overseer, and I'm fine. They would never do anything to harm any of us. The Overseer only wants what is best. A moment later, the farmer stops speaking. They assure me they were just joking, and beg me not to speak of this matter again. Are you okay? I asked the trade for him if they are alright. They claim they are, their eyes glistening in the darkness of the base. The fuck is going on? Return to the farmer. I just did. What? What? Buddy? I'm not feeling like myself, traveler. I do not think I should go, not just yet. Yes, that's right. I will stay. Suspicious! Send him to the gulag. The farmer appears to be refusing to leave despite my lack of continued payment or directives from the Overseer. They spend their days tending my crops, no longer proposing any tasks. They claim they have nowhere else to go. Smile at them? Trader Voyem smiles back, happy to be here among their plants. Where's the Overseer? What have you been doing, mate? Where are you? This is why I put your workstation outside, because you're nuts. I should let the Gek get on with their business. Oh, good lord. Right, so... that's commie behavior. I think that's it. I think that's all of the base objectives done. That was a weird... it was a weird summary to that. But we are done. We have completed all of the base building things. Everything is done. So, do I go over and visit... You know what? We'll do a flyby of New Jaystown. And then we'll go and do a little mission, maybe. What are you guys? Are you guys fighting? Take it easy. Come on. And then we'll go maybe do some little adventures and see what trouble we can get into. Let's take Starbug. Head over. No Man's Sky needs to be... It is full of oddities. Weird stuff. It's a 40-minute flight. So let's not do that. Take a strafing run across. Your Overseer has arrived, Jaystown. Flee to your homes. It's quite far away from the original Sonic base, but it still counts. It's still fine. Let's dive down into the atmosphere. You have no holly. It's not green, but I do like it. Was Shadowpaw swung by earlier, so it looked quite buggish. I was like, oh, maybe we can call it Starbug. I didn't know what to call this little thing. I was thinking about calling something to do with a pea, because it looks like quite pea-sized, perfectly round ship. But I couldn't think of anything in the end, so never mind. So here we go. Here is New Jaystown. We'll do a little flyby. There it is. Little basic settlement. It's been started up. Nothing too exciting yet. Just got the basics at the moment. Let's see if we can get a little picture of it in the background. There it is. Hey, that's quite nice. A little loop around. Can we move like this way? There we go. Let's get a bit closer, shall we? There we go. Nice. So when I do these pictures, I have to be aware that sometimes I want to put them on Instagram, which is a square format, so I have to kind of like make sure that all of the images in the middle. There we go. Air raid siren, act dead. His vision is based on movement only. The Peabody would have worked, or the Pee-wee. The Pee-wee would have worked as well. I like that. But I indeed have, let me land, claimed this land here as my base. So this here is going to be this area here is going to be the base, as with the overseeing the cities, the construction of the civilization, like a true overlord should do, overlooking his base with eagerness and anticipation. So I'm quite excited to give that a start. That should be quite fun to do. But yeah, we're gonna dig into New Jaystown in the new year, or close to the new year, I guess, because it's gonna be the 30th. But that's gonna be next stream. So for now, let's fly off in search of adventure. We have many things to do still. A lot of them to do with the fleet. Actually, let's go check out the fleet. We might even buy. They earned us 9 million, the fleet, in their last run. That was just for one sale as well. There was a bunch of other stuff we got as well. So I'm tempted to invest some of that in getting some more ships, maybe. Oh, do you know what I need to do? I need more fuel. That's what we need to do. You're going to randomly shell them with mortars. I mean, it will teach them to respect that they need to learn. So dihydrogen is what we need for that. So we need a whole bunch of tritium. How much tritium we got? 2,000? We might need more of that. Dihydrogen. How does one make dihydrogen? Oh no, it's just straight up dihydrogen. That's all you need. Oh, okay. And you just mine that stuff, right? It's the blue rocks. Cool. So let's get some tritium. Let's head to the stars and get some. Ah, there we go. We did this a little bit earlier to get some petrol and accidentally shot someone, so hopefully we're not going to shoot somebody else again. Because we did end up having to flee for quite a while. There we go. Just like Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi in the asteroid field. Blasting everything to pieces. Well, I don't actually know what the options are yet to build in the base. There might indeed be a gulag or a prison that you can actually build as part of the base expansion, because I've not tried it. So it'd be exciting to see if that is the case. That'd be that would be one of the priorities to build. Will be the J Station Gulag. Yes, the one of the pinnacles of nonsensical sci-fi is the sonic charges in space. Where no one can hear you detonate sonic charges. Or scream, I believe is the phrase. Although I guess maybe it could be like packed in oxygen, and maybe or packed in some kind of reverberating substance, and that's what detonates the explosion. I don't know. But it does. They're in the high atmosphere of the world. Oh, that's a good explanation. I like that. That's a good explanation. Very, very high orbit of the world. That works. I mean, it makes an incredibly cool scene, so I've got no issue with it. And a lot of computer games since that point have given you access to seismic charges, and getting to use them is super duper fun. You see that THX going overload and having a great time as they get to detonate these noises. And always very, very good. The only way I get to sleep at night. Do I get to be the head jailer and the warder? If I can name people, it'd be so good if you get to name people in this in your settlement. That'd be really cool. I would indeed name the head of the gulag as Saber. Saber of the Gulag. Right, that should be enough tritium. Let's have a quick look at what we've got. Yeah, we've got like 3,000. That should be fine. Let's go find us some good blue rocks. Now, hey, Ginny Takana, welcome on in. How is it going? My name is J664 and we're playing some No Man's Sky. We are currently looking to get some shiny blue rocks. Let's go check out... No, the erupting planet's going to be an absolute ball ache. Let's try this torrid planet, shall we? See if they've got some shiny blue rocks. How are you doing, Ginny? Oh. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, it's just a trader. It's fine. Friend has units? Only one more sale and I can buy a new ship. Oh, we got the whole sentence. All of the shiny blue rocks. What have you got for sale, buddy? What have you got? She's got star bulbs, gamma root, fungal mold. You would have been so useful earlier on, my friend. I'm so sorry. I like your ship, though. Do you want to buy anything from me? I did have some rather expensive items that were lowered down in price because... Oh, no, it's still minus 42%. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Thank you for the offer, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to pass on that for now. You know what, have we been to every planet in the system? I'm doing good, Jenny. I'm getting ready for Christmas, taking it easy with some nice chilled out space exploration. I realize these two haven't been named. 2 planets in my home system haven't been named. Interesting. Take it easy with some No Man's Sky space exploration. We have our settlement ready to go down there in New Jaystown, but that is going to wait until next stream. For now, we're going to do some mooching about and see how we get on with some space exploration. I'm trying to go somewhere we've not been before. Hyperdrive has no fuel. You know what we're going to do? The first thing we're going to do, actually, we're probably going to drop... we're going to drop the ship off and pick up a better ship because I'm kind of done with Starbug for now. Starbug's for local flight, I think. I don't think I'm going to be using Starbug for inter-system flight too much. It's not the best. Not the best. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm taking it easy at the moment. Wasn't sure if I was going to stream today. I was feeling a bit like, you know, like feeling the pressure of time because I've had a bit of time off from work, but I feel like I haven't got that much done. But I've been doing a lot of prep work for GMing and stuff. I did a D&D themed Die Hard adventure yesterday for my regular group of D&D players, my homebrew game players. We did a special one shot based on Die Hard, which was really, really fun. But again, it took a lot of time to prep and stuff. So it's one of these things where I've had a bunch of time free. But I had pre-booked that time in advance to be doing things, so I felt the pressure today. I was like, do I want to stream? Do I want to do things? But then I started streaming and been chatting to people and be taking it easy. It's been really, really fun. It's been really nice. I came here to swap ships, didn't I? That's what I was doing. Thank you for reminding me, little Gek friend. Let's see if we can summon a ship. I know this is going to summon Starbug, isn't it? I'm going to have to do it down here, I think. I don't think I can summon a ship onto... we're going to bring the Reflection of Death, I believe. Can you not? No, you have to go down there. There we go. Oh, there's a landing pad here, but I'm afraid you've got to be stuck down there, my friend. Is there anything on... Oh, it's automatically giving me the Reflection of Death. Okay. Is there anything on Starbug that I want to take with me? Okay-ish at percepting? What did you get for your perception check? 11 is okay-ish. You'll see most things. It's like nice. You can upgrade to 48 star. Really? Oh no, that's so far away on the exotic though. Look, I don't think this one can. This is a little baby one. This is the first exotic that I found. It was only 5 million. It was really cheap, but it kind of shows because even though it's S class, I think I'm guessing it's a shuttle kind. But the first of the very first of the exotics that I have encountered. And I saw it and I was like, oh, we'll go and grab it. And well, I didn't think I'd be able to afford it, actually. I'll go see what price it is. I was like, that's 5 million. Buy it. Bank it. But I'm going to be using it as my little local poodle around ship because it's not the best. You can tell how new it is. I've not even moved technology into the technology section yet. But is there anything else we want to keep on here that's any kind of urgency? We'll take the golden nuggets with us, I guess. We can sell them when we get a chance. This can all... just go into this. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I didn't realize we had gathered so many of these tritium hyperclusters. I don't really know that. I wonder if you store more in... You can't store more in a stack of those, surely, than you do in a stack of tritium. That's an unusual way of doing it. And a couple of anomaly detectors, which we're not going to trigger for a while. We'll keep them actually on the Starbug. Oh, no worries. Thank you for the lurk. Always super duper appreciated for swinging by. Thank you, Ginny. Let's pop these in here. Golden nuggets taste like chicken nuggets. They do not, unfortunately. They are much harder, but also much tastier, which is very, very strange. we had. I have done a Derelict Freighter Hex Grid. I did it nearish Halloween, actually. I was very lucky to have done it around that time because it was quite creepy. Took me a long time to get through because I thought it was going to be much deadlier and much than it was. I've done one since, a bit more brashly. I've just kind of gone through blasting stuff and been like, yeah, I can do this. This is fine. But when I first did it, I was very much, very carefully negotiating my way through these situations rather than just being like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It was in the Dune Exploration, yeah, that's right, Saber. So, which is the one that's currently... No, it's not running at the moment. So the current expedition that's being rerun is the third one, which is cartography. It's the first one that I did. I did find it a little bit taxing because it was a lot of time on the planet, mooching about, running around. It was just took a while to get off the planet, which if you'd done the other expeditions, I think would have been fine. Oh, hello, strange trader. Oh, are you leaving? Oh, dude, why are you leaving? So these guys, if you see them on the ground, they usually have a little green spaceship symbol. You can buy unusual things from them, which is very, very enjoyable. I gave the freighter back 0 out of 10. No Tyranids to eat Sporky. It was actually quite chill in the end. It was mostly weird pod creatures, spider creature things. Took me ages and gave me Dead Space feels. Yes, it was very much. It made me want to. Dead Space is on my list of games that I really, really want to play that I never actually got around to playing because they brought out 2 and they brought out 3. I was like, oh, I wanted to go back and play 1. I wanted to go back. When the next one came out, I wanted to go back and play 1 and 2. It is on my. It's on my extensive list of games that I want to go back and play. But I've watched a bit of it here and there, and it did 100% give me Dead Space feels going around them. I think they did a really good job considering the game is not like a horror exploration game or anything like that. I think they did quite a good job of giving that feel across. I thought it was quite good. Starship, have you got any things that need to get into storage? Let's have a look. You don't need to be on the ship. You can be in my pocket, I believe. Yep, there we go. Anything else needs to come with Pugnium? Anomaly detector. Navigation data doesn't need to be on the ship. I don't know why it's on the ship. There we go. Anything else can come along? Even this is starting to be a bit tight on storage now, though. I think it's very expensive to upgrade, though, which is the worry. We're going to pop to the space station and we'll see how much it is to upgrade this, because I would like to upgrade it, but it's just the cost. The unbearable cost. Right, Lemonium, these are all things that are going to go sell. Right, we're going to sell the Gold Nugget. We're going to sell the Herox. Make some cash. There we go. We'll sell the gold as well, because gold's just gold. Do I have gold on me? Am I storing any gold? Oh, I am. There we go. Yeah, you can stay there. Cool. Dead Space is the only survival horror that you've actually finished. Oh, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Dead Space remastered remake should be out next year. Yes, so that is sorry. Thank you, Karen. That was where I was. That train of thought was going before I got distracted. Is that the new one's coming out? Or the remaster's coming out soonish. So I'm really glad to hear that I've got a year to get some of the games ticked off before I have to dedicate some time to playing that, because I really, really want to play the remaster. Oh, you ticked a bit of Friends, you don't actually play it. Cool, that's really, really cool. Yeah, so I definitely want to play that when the remaster comes out. We can have competing streams, Hexgrid here. who will survive the longest? So yeah, it's one of the ones that I'm not going there. I'm just going to the space station. Wow, what am I doing? Rainbow Drive engage. Wow, the turning circle on this compared to the Starbug is insane. There we go. Yeah, we'll see how much it costs to upgrade this thing, because I'm feeling the sluggishness of it now more than I used to. And the size, it's not that big. Like, it used to be huge, but now I feel like it's not that big anymore. We'll see how much these upgrades cost. Is this where the space station is? It is where the space station is. It seems like very far away. I know the anomaly's there as well. I wasn't sure maybe I'd summon the anomaly to some random spot by accident. There we go. So yeah, well, because you can upgrade your ships, you can upgrade their class, you can upgrade their capacity. I It's not something that I've looked at doing because it's usually prohibitively expensive. But I think generally it works out to be the same as if you were to spend 100 million on a ship. The cost of upgrading your B class ship, or whatever it is, up to an A class of the same level works out to be roughly the same. You just do it piecemeal rather than doing it in one go. So we'll see how much it would cost us at the moment to upgrade at least the storage of the Reflection of Death. It might just be that we go make some money, and that's the way to do it. Basically, is we make some cold hard money. Let's go buy one, go buy a ship. I think also if you scrap ships, you can get storage upgrades without having to buy them. You can just get storage upgrades, I think, for it. Let's see what we've got over here. I think it's this side. Yes, it's the right side for a change. Here we go. So, the Reflection of Death. Upgrade starship. Augment inventory storage or improve class. So it costs 12 million to purchase a single storage, and then 10,000 nanites to increase its class. So 12 million, assuming that doesn't increase each time, which I think it might do. We're looking at a lot of money to do this. A lot of money. Because even if it was 100 million, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 100 million just to get this filled out. That's assuming they don't increase. So it might be worth just buying a new ship. I might keep an eye out for a new ship. Which is not something that I've had in mind doing for a while, but you know what? Needs must and all that business. Pleasure to meet, friend. I am Salesgeek. I something my wares. I would like to sell to you these puny C-class exocraft modules for extra nanites. Thank you very much. Anybody have anything interesting? No, I think I'm all go for upgrades at the moment, actually. I'm mostly maxed out. Ooh, no. There was a yellow one I saw earlier that was the one that I wanted, but it was that yellow, but different ship. You, sir, you have a very boxy craft. What are we looking at here? Let's have a look. Trading opportunity. What have we got? See, it's a C-class. Look at all that storage. That's huge. By comparison, 40 million. So I'm halfway there. So yeah, we are going to need to, I think, start making bank, as they say. As all the cool kids say. And maybe look at getting some better set of space wheels to ride around with. Because I could invest all the money into the fleet and get a whole bunch of ships, or oh really? Oh really? Hey buddy, it seems as you are a luck stranger. We sell protection for passing voyages. It is a dangerous system after all. There are rumors of bands of vicious pirates. Let's go with... You wanted 1 million units? No. You were warned, stranger. Our protection is withdrawn. Come on then, buddy. You chose... Is that a fleet? Oh no. I genuinely thought that was an attacking fleet then. I was like, oh, I've made a terrible mistake. It is these guys that have made the mistake. If I was still in Starbug, I'd be in trouble. But we're not in Starbug. We're in the Reflection of Death. And I see your reflection in my eyes. Come on. There we go. Boosh and a boom. Hang them from the yard arm. Oh, wow, we blasted through their carcass, which is not the best, but never mind. I've been playing a retro Star Trek game recently called Star Trek Armada in my free time, which is a lot of space battles, which is quite enjoyable. It's very slow, even by real-time strategy game standards. There's a lot of waiting around in that game, which I'm quite surprised at, but it's been quite nice to play a chilled game, like a completely chilled game that's I'm also quite familiar with. That's been very, very enjoyable. Righty, so Where's this fleet? There we go. Let's see if there's anything, anybody we're looking to buy anything from. So you've got, that's an Explorer one. What is this one? Oh, I've not got one like this. I wonder what version, I wonder what this thing is good at. Hello, friend. Are you looking for new ships? Yes. My starship is a fine one. Inspect frigate. What are you good at? You've made an excellent decision, friend. You are a sea level, and you are good at exploration, combat, and trade. Kind of equally. That's not too bad. You've got -9 to expedition fuel cost. Is that a good thing? I guess. And you've got -4 to industry. Because something's broken. And you want almost 2 million? No. That's crazy. That's crazy prices, right? I need to do some research into what what I'm looking for in these frigates. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Let's see what you're like up here, buddy. Let's see what you've got. You're a B class. And you've got 8s and 9s across the board. Quite equal. It's actually really good. Done 20 into B. Oh, it wants 4 million. I don't know. 4 million seems like a lot of money, but it might be good to have an extra ship. You know what? We're going to buy one. We're going to spend that 4 million. We made 9 million off them before, so we're going to spend 4 million back in the ship. It's a fuel bulker. I don't know what that means. Is it a support? Does that mean it's a support ship? Yeah, I literally got no idea what I'm doing with these freaks. So we're going to buy one. We've not got one of them before, so welcome to the fleet, buddy. No, I'm not batch buying. I'm not going to get another one. Leave off. So, money. Let's think about where we can get some money real quick. You know where we can get money, probably? Planet Sonic. That's got, or it did have Dynabones, but they're not on there anymore. I wonder if Dynabones, do they run out? Can you overmine a planet? Bulk hauler or fuels. Oh, okay, cool. Good stats. I haven't done any research either. I'm glad to hear it. It's not just me blindly buying these frigates for millions of units. I'm going to explore the planet and see if there are actually any Dynabones on it, because it did have Dynabones on the Ancient Bones. Sorry, not Dynabones. On the listing, but it's not on there anymore. I wonder if they've ran out or something, or they've wasted away. Let's change our trajectory a little bit. One of the reasons we chose this planet as our home base was that it's a paradise planet with ancient bones. Like it's a good old deal. Let's head to somewhere we've not been on the planet before. Somewhere random like down here. There we go. The auto-lock's really useful when you're trying to get somewhere, but when you're trying to go somewhere that's near somewhere you've been before, it's a very determined lock-on system. It's very much like, no, you definitely want to go here. I don't. You lie. I describe as I have credits to spare, and it feels like a good ship. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing there. Like that seems good. It seems good. Let's find out. Let's land and see if we can see any Dynabars. A citizen dispute has arrived at your settlement. I'm not going back to the settlement, mate, yet. Thank you for the update, but we're not going back there anytime soon. Dynabones. Maybe they have ran out. I didn't even know that could happen. How bizarre. I'll take a snap of my fleet later to see just yeah. Cool. Put it in the stumbled in. Anybody who's not already, I think everyone in chat is in the stumbled in, but I'll do a little thingy. What did I call it? Did I call it stumbled? Oh no, I called it disco. There we go. Boosh. There we go. Yeah, anybody who is not already part of the stumbled in, which I think everyone is either aware of or already a member of here in chat. But yeah, we have a Discord community where a bunch of us, Karen Russmore, Creepy Benell, Retro Ted, myself, and we gather all of our various wonderful bits of community together, and we all chat and hang out and talk about foolish things and exciting things and important things, and mostly gaming. This is what we talk about. One of the most vital elements of the Stumbled In recently for myself has been the RetroTed shouting out the free games on Epic Store each day, which is really incredibly useful because I've been wanting to play the latest one, Vampire. I remember that coming out and thinking, oh, I want to play that when I get a chance. So now that I have it, I'm very excited to play it because I got it for free. So it's excellent stuff. Has anyone played Vampire before? I know Krifu has, I think, or at least thought about it. Let's learn some more words. Well, Balerion. What does Balerion mean? So this is what we were here for. We were here for the Dioxide crystals, so I thought may as well. I was going to explore a new world, but we're already here. They're pretty prevalent. We will just collect them up. The question is, do I remember why we were collecting them? Because at the moment it is no. Tomorrow is Pathfinder Kingmaker. Really? That's crazy. If the rumor is true, it's going to be Pathfinder Kingmaker for the free game tomorrow. Wow. That's bizarre, because that was when before I started streaming, I'll control stream asked before about like my year of getting into streaming. Chiron was streaming Pathfinder Kingmaker and he used to hang out in their stream all the time. Whilst they were mooching their party of Kingmakers through the adventures, the lengthy adventures of Pathfinder Kingmaker. But that's really, really cool. It's an investment in time as a Chiron has inside agents. I have it on console. Was it released on console? That must be. Would that be difficult to play? I feel like in non-turn-based mode that might be difficult to play. I may be way off. Oh, we found a beach. Look. I may be way off the mark there or not, but I feel like there's a lot of not micromanagement, but a lot of control you've got to exert over your crews, over your parties in that, from what I've seen. It was able to play on the PC in non-turn mode. Yeah, that's true. Caron, of the games, the strategy-based, sometimes isometric games you've played this year, how would you rank them? Starting with, well, not starting with, you played Pillars of Eternity, you played, what was that? The second one that you played, I can't remember the name of it. It's got a slightly grim sounding name, and then obviously you're doing Pillars of Eternity now. What? How would you rate them, or are they all too different to be compared? It was, but it crashes a fair bit. Only use turn based because over Torment, Tides of Numeria. That's the one. There's the word Torment I couldn't quite find in my head. Wow, there's a whole gaggle of these little guys chilling out by the beach. What are you guys doing? Well, that's going to mine your condensed carbon from way over there. Yeah, I imagine non-turn based would be pretty overwhelming on a console. Speaking of inappropriate console games, I had the reason I got an Xbox 360 back in the day when that was new was because I really, really, really wanted to play Red Alert 3. I played Red Alert 2 just a crazy amount on the PC when I was younger, and I was so excited there was a third one out, and I didn't have any means of playing it. I didn't have a PC, and it wasn't available on Mac at the time. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to invest in getting an Xbox 360 so I can actually play the console version of Red Alert 3, and it was so disappointing. I mean, the game itself, I don't think a lot of people were disappointed in Red Alert 3, and it's not the best of the series, but just playing it as a console game was not a good experience. Oh, did not see that pothole. There we go. Feel that they are a bit too different. I'd say Pillars, and then Kingmaker, and then Torment. That feels about right. Yeah, that feels about right. Pillars just seem really enjoyable. Kingmaker maybe ran a bit too long, I guess. Torment seemed very heavy. It was a very heavy game to watch. It was a spiritual successor to Planescape. Numeria and Torment are done by the same developers. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's get some more of the shiny blue rocks. I for real can't remember why I was collecting these. Genuinely can't remember. I needed to collect them for something. And I can't remember what it was now. I'm sure it was something super vital. Oh, sorry, buddy. Didn't know you. Didn't see you there. Didn't mean to laser your face. Fuel. I needed it for fuel. Thank you, Expert Hero. I needed it to propel my ships through space. Of course, Sporky knew that all along. He was just... he was just checking everyone else knew. The minor function of allowing us to traverse the stars. Well, not us, but our frigates. Yes, yeah, frigate fuel, yeah. And I wanted a bulk batch of it because I was a little bit annoyed that I think I did that originally. I think I did do a bulk batch, which is why now that I've not got any in there, I'm a little bit like probably unfairly frustrated that I am not able to do it. We get another good couple of rocks. I should be scanning for this stuff, shouldn't I? Yeah, here we go. Bunch over here. Let's casually scan across. There we go. But yeah, I think I'm going to be still going to be doing a stream a week today from Red Dead Redemption 2. Sorry, No Man's Sky. Sorry, we're going to be back with Space Porky. It's not the new year, but we will be doing some New Year's stuff, despite the fact that it's actually a couple of days before the New Year. But never mind. And I'm also going to be doing a popular stream, probably sometime between Christmas and New Year's. I don't know when it's going to be, but there's a whole week there. I've got some time to try and find time to stream, and all of my D&D prepping and ridiculous one-shots that I agreed to do have all been completed, so I should be back to being able to have time to do some fun streams. It'd be really cool. And I really wanted to continue Populous instead of the first stream because I really enjoyed it way more than I was expecting. Like, I knew I'd enjoy the game because I enjoyed it originally, but it's my first time playing it back again since the original, and it was genuinely really fun just to chill out and play. I was tempted actually because I wasn't really feeling like super streaming today. I was like, oh, maybe I'll play some Populous instead. But I'm glad I did some No Man's Sky because we can get this all wrapped up. And we've managed to get all of the base stuff completely sorted, so we're going to be starting afresh in Jaystown next time. I think with Pillars, it kind of depends on the ending if it keeps its strength. Yeah, I guess you got to stick the landing, haven't you, with these things? Sometimes you can get into something like a TV series, for example, and you're like, I really hope they stick the landing because I'm really enjoying it. But if they ruin the ending, I'm gonna be so upset. I was like that recently with. I've not been engrossed in a TV show as much as Squid Game recently that was on, which had a lot of hype about it, and I was kind of like, it looked, the trailers and stuff like, it looks alright. But watching it was genuinely some of the best drama I've seen in a very, very long time, and the characters are so endearing despite everything that's going on. The main character in particular, absolutely loved every minute of it. And it was, and they stuck the landing, which I was really glad to see. So it's one I'd very much recommend. Are we revisiting Titania? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I was speaking to Retro Ted about this earlier. Retro Ted asked the exact same question. And of course, by all means, you and Retro Ted are more than welcome to do so. I'm on the fence at the moment because I think especially at the start of this stream today, I was feeling the time crunch. And I was thinking, like, should I do what Krifu's done? Should I making the smart choice of actually, having that free time rather than just investing it straight into another stream? So I'm going to see how I feel closer to the time. I think with that, so that one's going to be played by ear by myself. Man, I love these jetpack upgrades. You can get so far. But I really, really enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed playing Tiny Tina's. It was really, really fun. Doing a bit more of an action-packed stream. It got a few people asking me to play Dead by Daylight as a result. It got some people asking me to play Fortnite as a result because of playing these action games. And I was like, no. I do like action. I play a lot of action games on console. That was probably the first action game that I've actually played on a PC, thinking about it. Because I usually play all console. And I was playing on controller anyway, so it's not like it's massively different, to be honest. And one of the things I want to do over the Christmas break is... you're way faster than I am. Should focus on that. Oh, you mean the movement? Sorry, yeah. It's such a... So my movement upgrade is 3 S classes and then this, which means I can actually... Just thinking about it now, I can actually get another, because you can have a 4th upgrade, I'm sure, plus the neural stimulator, because I think that's a bonus one you can get. So I could actually replace the hazmat. I might be able to get a 4th one on there. You know what? We're going to head up to the space station, see if we can get one now, see if that's actually the case. I'm not going to walk back to my ship. I'm going to summon it, because it's far away. I've been jumping randomly for a while now. It's going to take me a while to get back to the ship. Get this last bit of dihydrogen while the ship's landing. The level of kind of AI that must be on the ship to fly it to you and land. I mean, it does land with a clunk, I guess, every time. But then so does it when you land the ship yourself. But yeah, just having the speed and maneuverability to kind of traverse significant portions of the land is very, very, very enjoyable. Let's head to La Station. Whilst we're on the way, let's see how much of this magic blue gem that we got. 823. So let's make some space warp fuel. How much do you need? 200. So I can make at least, hopefully, 4 of them. Let's find out. I need more. What do I need more of? Oh no, it worked. Excellent. There we go. So we've made 4 of these now to put on the exocraft, on the starship. So that should cover us for a while, I hope. At least a couple of missions. I am interested to find out whether you can buy it or whether you have to craft it every time, because getting hold of that much fuel's a little bit of a bollock. Hey, Gustoni, dropping quick with a life question. Did you feed Marcy the cat? I did feed Marcy the cat, Ghost of Sunny. How's it going? I fed Marcy whilst they were asleep on the bed. So they did not know they were fed, but they have been fed. With one of our cats, the I don't know if they're older age-wise, but definitely older personality-wise. And they're they're more cushion now than cat. If they don't see their food getting updated, like their bowl getting refilled, sometimes they will assume they've not been fed and will act like you've not fed me when they have indeed had fresh food put in there. I was coming here to look for something. Upgrades. I was looking at upgrades. There we go. Movement upgrades. See if we can have a potential 5th upgrade. Oh, speaking of Marcy, she's come up here. You, sir, are not the one I want. You are the one I want. Hey, buddy. What's his name? Userings. Hey, new friend. Welcome to Dinterling System. Otok have traders best prices. Give me a decent move one, buddy. You've only got a B class. It is worth it for the sake of science. I will waste 174, which is not that bad actually. I'm not doing too bad with the She's just coming to glare at Lily in the living room. Right, okay. So the harmony that is between the two of them has been fluctuating somewhat recently. So we're watching them carefully to see how they're getting along with each other. Let's see if we can install it, if it's going to crash the whole system or whether it counts as an extra one. Oh, it crashes the whole system. Boo. Boo hits boo. So yeah, that's the most we can have is the 4 of these, I guess, plus the neural stimulator. That's the 4th upgrade. So you can have 3 upgrades plus a 4th. And the oxygen recycler is the fourth, and this one, yeah. So you can only, these ones are the ones you get from the like outposts and stuff. You get these little ones that these all count as like the fourth ones. These count as nothing. So never mind. It was worth it for the experiment. It would have been very, very cool to know if I could have an extra one. There we go. But I wouldn't mind seeing if I can eke a little bit more out, but it's only ever going to be a little tiny more, and it's spending a lot of nanites to get that slim chance of it being slightly better. Oh, hello. Quite a punk rocky looking ship. Should we have a look at it? See what kind of numbers we're looking at here. If you scan it, apparently it does tell you what the it's got. So yeah, it's a hauler with 45 plus 7, costs 70 million, called Haku's Folly. That's quite cool. I've not really used it before to have a look. So on the class, it's got B equals 45 plus 7. That's the storage capacity. I think that's how it works. Let's find out if he's got 45 plus 7. 45 seems like a lot. Make off from the life forms ship. Nope, he's got 45 plus 7. Yep. That's actually a really good ship. Again, way out on our price range, I'm going to guess. Yeah, 70 million. So we need to save up a good 50 million before we can buy anything along these lines. I feel like the Reflection of Death just isn't doing it anymore. It really isn't. It needs to... we're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat. So I might look into some ways to make some cash. One thing that I've wanted to do for ages, actually, that I've not done, and I think I've actually got the equipment installed. Let's have a look at the Reflection of Death. Do we have economy scanner? Yeah, we do. So let's have a quick look into the system. Quick look at this before we wrap up the stream. Let's have a look here. So go into the galaxy map. So there are systems that you can... this is a... No, we'll go somewhere random because there's a lot of information here. Let's go over here to this one. You. It's not telling me information about it. The economy data. There's types of systems when you get to the economy data that will. They're kind of like, some of them are. There we go. Economy. There we go. Fantastic. So this is a promising system, which is 2 stars, and they're dealing with minerals. So they'll have a certain amount of things for sale that can will be an increased price. So you buy a bunch of... The filter is off. Good heroes with the pro moves. Economy, there we go. Fantastic stuff. So you can find... I can't remember the system off the top of my head, but there is a sequence you can do. And if you go around that route and you sell in one section, you buy in the other, you just make profit by buying low and selling high in every one of the processes. So I wouldn't mind doing that sometime really soon, actually. I would have done that today, actually, thinking about it, if I hadn't finished off the building. So I'd like to give that a go. There are more efficient ways of making money, I think, but I think it's quite a fun way of making money, doing actual like space trading. I think it's quite cool. So yeah, I really want to give that a try at some point. Find some 3-star economy systems that I can go around and buy cheap, sell high at the next system, and see how much cash we can make. I'm doing like, oh man, looks so pretty, doesn't it, with the filter on as well. All the colourful stars. I love it. So any way of getting like this overlay to completely remove so I can get a picture of it? No, never mind. I'm being silly. Righty, let's go land on the planet so we can save, and then we will be wrapping it up very shortly. Let's head back down here. Too close to the planet. Too close to the planet. In fact, you know what? We're gonna land. No. This one. There we go. Yeah. We're going to go land at New Jaystown. We're going to give that a go, I think. So we're actually going to go out and do some midnight shopping now with a couple of extra bits we need. Luckily, the nearby Asda is 24 hours, unfortunately for the kind folk that work there. But very good for us because we only want a few bits and we know what we want. And we've got the cell phone scanner, which I absolutely live by when I go shopping now, because you just scan what you want, put it straight in your shopping bag, straight out the door. It's my absolute preferred way of shopping. So yeah, that's our plan for this evening. So that's why I've been having a nice latte at midnight, is to keep myself fueled to go and get some last little bits for Christmas and for just for the house and stuff, to make sure we're all sorted over the Christmas break. And then, yeah, taking it easy tomorrow, which will be very, very nice. As it is Christmas Eve, it has already arrived. The presents are wrapped under the tree. the tree is up, which is also an important part of that sequence. And yeah, looking forward to it. Please tell me, have I gone... I think I've gone to the wrong base, haven't I? Oh no, there it is, it's fine. There we go. I was like, I've just gone to the wrong goddamn place. Right, we're going to land... I don't know why it's so far away up there, the thingy. But never mind. There's a whole bunch of Darkstar crystals there as well to the name. And we got Marcy here. Just arrived. Hey, hey Marcy. Ooh, hello. You funny little kitty cat. Right, let's get out of the ship. Save point saved. And get back into the ship. There we go. And we'll switch back over to the chat. Here we go. So fantastic. So thank you everybody for joining me today. It's been finally getting, I don't know how long we've been doing these base missions for the Overseer and for the Farmer, the Exocraft Specialist, the Weapons Expert, the Scientist. I think because we've been having them interrupted by the expeditions that I ran. I don't know if I'm going to run any more expeditions on stream. I've enjoyed doing them off stream, and I think it depends on what they come out with. If they come out with some really good ones, like the Worm one, I wasn't going to stream the next one they did, and then they did one based on June. So it's kind of like, oh, I've got to do that. So it's one of those things. But yeah, that's one of the main things that's kind of stopped me from doing any further adventures. In the meantime, you can catch me again after Christmas on Thursday, playing more No Man's Sky. Potentially on Monday, doing some Monday the 27th, doing some Tiny Tina's. If I'm not joining in Tiny Tina's, if I have something in the evening, I might try and do that popular stream in the daytime. So I'll be doing something on that day maybe at some point. That'll be fun to do. And yeah, in the meantime, I absolutely hope you all have take care of yourselves, take it easy, and have a fantastic Christmas and chilled out. No pressure from anyone. Take it easy. Just do whatever you feel you can do to chill out and take it easy and have a fun couple of days as best as you can. Looking at people to raid, a quick look over here. We do have Rogenbald is playing Wrath of the Righteous. So we were talking before about potentially tomorrow Pathfinder Kingmaker being the free game. Rogenbald is playing the sequel, Wrath of the Righteous. So we will give them a quick raid in a second or two. But yeah, thank you again everybody for joining me today. It's been absolutely wonderful having you all here, chilling out in chat. Apologies for the late start, but it was needed to make sure I had food and everything was sorted beforehand. But it's been really nice, been really chill out, just kind of taking it easy with you guys and doing some mooching around space and doing the last little bits before the new year for Sporky. If I don't speak to any of you beforehand, feel free to swing by the Discord, by the way, across any of this time and say hello. And just join in with the chat with us. Everyone's always welcome to say hello and chill out and take it easy with us in there as well. But if I don't speak to any before, then have an absolutely wonderful week ahead. Have a brilliant Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And a lot of people have a chilled out Boxing Day as well. And all have an absolutely fantastic time. Thank you for joining me on the stream today. And for as Out Control Scream mentioned earlier as well, thank you for the 100 plus followers and for making this year being a very exciting time to start streaming. It's been really, really good. So thank you to all of you, meeting new friends and interesting people. It's been fantastic. That's enough gushing. So I will we will raid out to Rogenbald. Please join us for the raid. In the meantime, I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you for joining me and have a good night. Cheers. Bye bye now.